Hey, what is going on? What is going on, Foodie Gang? How are y'all doing today? How are y'all doing today? Okay, you're tuned in to Time for Tea at 9:07 Good Eats. We finna get into the hot topics, and right now, lady is eating me up in the chat. Before we get into what lady is saying, y'all make sure y'all hit the like button, subscribe, and share this video. Also, support the channel. Support the channel. Just my background. It is time for tea. Okay, y'all, I'm running late. Now I do, but I do be trying. I do be trying. And I'm trying to get better, okay? I just be having so much I be trying to do last minute. Okay. So, lady said, been 30 minutes 'cause I was supposed to go on at 10. I changed the time. Can you hear me okay? Because I adjusted my mic settings and I want to know if it sounds good. And, lady, how you going to come up in here? You ain't been here all this time. You going to come up in here with an attitude. Hold on, lady. Hold on. Okay, we going to get to it. Okay. And lady said, that's not your job, Chef Big B. Have mods for a reason. Oh, you know what? Thank you so much, lady. I appreciate you so much. And shout out to all the moderators on the YouTube channel 907 Good Eats. Without y'all, girl, we would be overrun with trolls. So shout out to y'all. Let's go. No cooking again. Let's talk, Chef Big Bang. So it's miss you and you. Okay, this is what it is. I am cooking faster than I can eat the food. I'll be cooking a lot over here on 907 Goodies, y'all. Okay, and lady, we have talked about the intro before, but let me remind y'all. Okay, when I only stream on YouTube, I will play beats or music. But Facebook has a lot of rules concerning like sound and stuff. So that's why it's just the clock ticking down. I know. Y'all know your girl, how I feel about music. Music and food go together. Oh. Lady, know I got a man. And what's up, Blaze? How you doing? Yes. Okay, so he said, hold it, wait a minute. What kind of tea are we sipping? Okay, we didn't even get to that yet. We didn't even get to that yet. Um, lady, get out my business. We here to talk about Bossman Dlow and Popeyes. You know I be on CP time. You know it. But see, I'm gonna show up though. I'm not gonna like not show up. I'll show up. Hmm I'm trying to be better though. And how are you doing, MD? MD. I didn't even get a chance to eat it. Okay, but the tea that we're sipping on, I have Lady Grey right here. Can y'all see it? Lady Grey tea. And then in my teacup, well, I got my to-go mug because I'm in a different spot. I have hot water and vanilla almond milk and some brown sugar, and I'm going to put 2 of these Lady Greys in there. Let that seep. And while we sip on our tea, we're gonna talk about people. Y'all ready? Ooh, lady said I found someone too. Lady, you got a man. What you talking about, girl? Don't be coming up in here trying to start no mess. We like him. Cooking all that good food and a brother still can't get a place, just selfish ways. I already told you what you got to do. You gotta come to 907 Good Eats. And that is not true. We do be cooking over here, lady. I don't know why lady be trying to play us. Because we made them tostadas. and you wouldn't know where to be found, but that's okay. I hope you got the replay. The shrimp and vegetarian tostadas. Blaze, she ain't no cooking we talking about, but we live, so what the hell? Look, I cook and we talk about hot topics. Look, I do a lot of things, and I also make children's content. Ava's playtime. I do a lot of stuff, lady. I'm just a content creator and a chef. Let's first start off and talk about these. Look, lady, support this channel, support this channel. Blaze got it right. Okay. We are gonna get into it, but before we do, let me play this video. I'm gonna work on my tea, getting these little tea bags open. And then we're gonna get into it. We got a lot to talk about today. We got a lot to talk today. And we're gonna hang out. I'm gonna drop that link. Anybody wanna come up and talk? We just gonna chill today and kick back. Let me
Please hold for a very important message.
All right, time for tea. Very important message. We finna get into some tea today. We finna laugh. We're gonna learn a lot. And all that stuff. And we're gonna hang out. Look, lady, you know what you gotta do on YouTube if you don't want no ads. You gotta get the premium. When you get the premium, it's nice because you don't get ads. Oh, and you get background play. So if you're like at the gym or going for a walk, you can play YouTube in the background. And for me, I listen to music on there too. I like YouTube. Do y'all like YouTube? Okay. So, do y'all want me to show y'all some food before we get into it, or do y'all just want me to get right into the content? What y'all want to do? Y'all want to see some food? Okay, so I cooked yesterday, but I haven't had time to get the pictures like edited and all that. But yesterday I made some. Let me just look at the name so I can make sure I get it right. Hold on, y'all. Hold on, y'all, because I would say the wrong thing. Okay, last night I made hoisin ginger chicken, sweet chili shrimp, stir fry, and rice. And then my sister brought over egg rolls, and it was so good. Lady said, get right into the tea. We ain't got time. We saw enough food. Get right into it. Oh, thank you so much, Blaze. The reason why I asked you guys, because, like, yeah, it's my show, but this our thing. You know what I'm saying? Like, we always talk about food. It's not seven goodies. Always talking about food. Okay, I got my tea over here working. Okay, you guys. Bossman Dlow. It's not looking too good for him. I like Bossman Dlow. So, a lot of his songs get played on TikTok, and that's kind of like how he really, be like blowing up because everyone hears his song on TikTok. In today's time, social media matters. So, lady, we love you too over here. Look, you know what, lady is a part of this channel, and we know how lady is now, and she don't mean no harm. She just be talking her little best, but she don't mean no harm. So, Bossman Dlow, a lot of his songs are very popular, are on TikTok, and that's kind of how he like really like got his buzz. Is there's a dance to I cannot remember the name of that song, and I always play it. It's like a twerk song, but there's a dance that one of the TikTokers made up, and that dance has went viral, and all of his songs get a really big buzz. But with everyone playing your songs and everyone knowing who you are, sometimes that comes with bad stuff. You know what I'm saying? Like, because everybody knows who you are. So as soon as you do something wrong, they're going to be quick to call it out, whether you was right or wrong. And y'all tell me if y'all think Bossman Dlow was wrong after I show y'all the content. I'm working on getting it pulled up. Y'all hit the like button in the meantime. Okay. But yes, y'all hit the like button in the meantime. And so, with everyone knowing who you are, sometimes that is not good because then as soon as you do something, everybody gonna be quick to air it out and call it out. I would say this: there is nothing wrong with whatever you choose to do behind closed doors. It's really not our business. And I guess you shouldn't be ashamed of it. We're gonna talk about oh, and then we're also gonna talk about Bossman Dlow exposed and coworker shot over burnt biscuits at Popeyes. Um, it be going down in fast food. It be going down. Everybody ain't playing about their food. So everybody ain't playing. And it be going down in fast food. And you know what somebody was telling me? Because I've talked about fast food before. Someone was telling me that it's what they put in the fast food that's making people lose their mind. I don't know if that person was joking or serious. This is all alleged. But that's what they said. And then I was like, you know what? Maybe they got some truth to it, or are people just bad? Like, what's really going on here? I don't know. Okay, I'm gonna hit these buttons. Okay, so the first person that we're gonna talk about is Bossman Dlow. Um, he got exposed. Woo, y'all, it's about to go down. Are y'all ready? Um, if you just own who you are, it really isn't that bad because nobody can really say anything about what you're doing. I guess it's when you try to lie about it and do it behind everybody's back, it's kind of when it becomes a problem.
Is that crazy?
Let me find out, man. Let me find out that Bossman Dlow stand for something else. Let me find out you put the D in Dlow for real. No, I'm just playing. But in all seriousness, though, bro, situations like this be so crazy because to be honest, bro, I always say, bro, if somebody like that and they doing that in the street, bro, yo.
Can y'all hear it? Okay, so Bossman Dlow gets exposed by trans OF model for trying to link up. One thing I say about these OF models is that they seem to be getting people um they taking down people left and right. They. Okay. All right, we got to go ahead.
Just come out and say you're gonna do it because at the end of the day, you can only keep it on low for so long. The moment you don't give people in that community no money, or you don't do something they like, or they make you mad, you will be exposed. So eventually it was going to come out anyway. Now listen, I ain't saying you get down that way, but the evidence that this person just pulled up is kind of crazy. But at the end of the day, that's your life. Who am I to tell you what to do and what not to do? Man, what is good, YouTube? Y'all already know who it is. It's Lucas J here, y'all. Back with another video, man. Today, y'all, we got a crazy and a wild video to talk about. Now, it's
My bad. Okay, so this is look, it's Jay, and he's gonna tell us what happened with Bossman Dlow and all of that stuff. Um, Bossman Dlow got a lot of songs out right now. He got a song with Glorilla. He got a song with a lot of people, and he making some hot music. And everybody's talking about him. So, but this came out the other day.
seems like we got Bossman Dlow on the roster, and it seems like he's been trending all over social media after a content creator that happens to be from the other community pretty much has exposed him and tried to put him out for some type of financial disagreements or whatever the case may be. Now we're gonna talk about it, and I'm gonna show y'all everything that's going on social media. But before we do, real quick, y'all know my routine, man. Just hit that like button and comment, tap in if y'all tapped in down below, and also.
Lady said, which I think is, I agree. My thing is, if you're gonna be like that, just know you still that gender. You was born. I'm sorry, I can call you a man. She comfortable. It's better. We just don't speak. So it's no disrespect with reality and truth. Yeah, I mean, if that's what he chooses to do, then stand on it. It's when you be lying and going behind, everybody's back. And yes, I sure did hit the like button. I sure did. I sure did. I didn't leave a comment down below though. I did not leave a comment down below. Let me get us to the right. Okay, here we go. We got to get back into it. Um, Wait till y'all see the picture of the person, of the trans person. But you know what I realized? Bossman Dlow is not cute. I was looking at pictures for the thumbnail. So I was really doing my research. It's like, without this money, really ain't cute.
Bossman Dlow back on the roster again, and it is not looking good. Now, y'all know it's so crazy. Around this time last year, he was getting into a situation where he got exposed. Also, but it was about Tia Kemp for exposing his brother for having a quote unquote chicken nugget, or a shrimp, whatever you want to call it. Y'all remember the picture got leaked of brother with their meat out, and it was going up on him. Whoop!
What? Now that's scandalous because everybody ain't built like that. And lady said, damn, they got receipts. Yeah. Yeah. That was the thing. They came with the receipts. So we can't even really, I'm just gonna reserve my comment for until I don't know. It's looking like it was him, but I'm gonna show y'all what I have here, and I'm gonna see what you guys think about whether he did this or not. But if he did, that's his business. But the way he tried to do it, I don't know.
Seems like this time it got a little darker. A man that goes by the name of Timmy Blank Blank, because I don't want to necessarily get into it on clout, has pretty much allegedly exposed Bossman Dlow for texting him and some things.
There's no way he didn't know. There's no way.
Going wrong with money. Now he ended up putting up a post, right? And it said he vanished mode me after that, but hey, I got his number and we was texting. They don't call him Dlow for nothing. Follow my Finsta to get messages, and I'm gonna keep posting more of y'all favorite rappers if they keep playing with me. Now, of course, y'all probably look at that like, oh, he capping. Y'all know how it go, bro. A lot of these dudes always do that. For some reason, people from that community tend to try to pull that stunt and try to make rappers look bad to come up. It's just like a way of like clout, you feel me? But you end up on their story and things went left. Like go to his story, and the first thing you see is literally Bossman Dlow. You feel me? In his DM, and it said like question mark, and dude says, "Hey, right." Now, of course, that's not good. You like that don't make sense. You can edit that whatever case may be. And right after that, he put up a post again with Bossman Dlow number, right? And he said, "Y'all, the way he thought I was gonna link him for free is crazy."
Okay, so it says, y'all, the way he thought I was gonna link him for free is crazy. I'm gonna post a message on my other page. Now, this is just scandalous. Now, this is just scandalous. You know, the whole thing. I mean, I don't know. I guess it. Well, it's an OF model, so there you have it.
Crazy. I'm gonna post a message on my other page. Now, of course, that's somebody named as Bossman Dlow, but we like at the end of the day, you could text yourself, you feel me, and literally edit the name and say Bossman Dlow. Now, right after that, he exposed some allegedly messages, right? As y'all see, I'm not even gonna read all that, but you can see multiple messages with him and the Bossman Dlow number. You feel what I'm saying? And then dude went on to say he don't want no puppy, he want a some Barbie. Now I'm like, at this point, bro, this dude chasing clout, whatever, man. He went on to the story, and this way get ugly. He said, I would have kept it on the D-Lo if you didn't waste my time trying to get this Bansom for free. Bro, what the fuck does that even mean? So, of course, everybody's like, it's fake. You ain't showing no real proof. We ain't got no FaceTime evidence or none of the case may be. But it seems like this is where things get ugly when the dude literally goes to his phone and shows Bossman D-Lo actual page. And then
He said, "Hold up, I got some more. If that wasn't enough, I got some more evidence. Don't worry, y'all don't believe me. Okay, let me put this on the table." He got a little bit more. He said, "Y'all don't believe me? Okay, okay, I got some more." I wonder if we're gonna see Bossman Dlow issue a statement, or if he's gonna address this on his social media, or if he's just not gonna say nothing. I don't know how you respond to this. If the only response that we want to hear is I didn't do it. Anything else, you can just keep it and just you might as well just go ahead and be quiet. Uh, Lady said laugh a lot. He did the effects like he said something. He needs to show the receipts, laugh out loud. But you know what? Once you get in contact with somebody like this, it's all bad. It's all downhill. You know what I'm saying? You dealing with a snake. It's all downhill from here. But let's get back into it.
messages in them.
Okay, so that was Bossman Dlow's page. And then I guess this is the beginning of the messages. So y'all see the question mark, and then it says, hey. Now, sometimes scammers do invent um fake pages, but this page right here does have the blue check mark, which means that you're verified. And it says 1.2 million followers, 72 posts. So do you think that this is the real Bossman Dlow? Lady, do you call these receipts, lady? What you think about what we're looking at? I paused the video so we could take a deep dive and really look at it. Y'all know it's 9:07 or time for tea at 9:07. Get these. Blaze said, it's unfortunate and in some cases absolutely hilarious that people who become high profile move in a way that can jeopardize everything they work for. Shaking my head. Yes, they talk so down on sex workers and like OF models and like strippers, but then they be getting trapped up by them with babies, lawsuits, they lose. So it's like they so bad, but they got to you. What does that tell us about you? If but Bossman Dlow still is a regular person, and if he likes, you know, people that go both ways or people that are zesty, that's really his business, right? He didn't do nothing wrong here, right? That's really his business. But see, this is why you need to stand on business and you need to own up to things so that nobody can come out and say this about you because you've already told us that you do what you do. Or, like, I don't know. I think Bossman Dlow should be quiet. But if he comes out with a statement, does that mean he's guilty? Does that mean he's guilty, Chad, if he comes out with a statement? He better not do no press conference. And Lady agrees with Blaze, but yes, okay. So y'all can see it is Bossman Dlow's verified account. I'm guessing that this is Instagram, but I'm not for sure. That's his verified account, 1.2 million followers, 72 posts. That's Bossman Dlow's picture. It says question mark, and then it says, hey. What do y'all think he meant by the question mark? And then it's like, how do famous people get together if they don't do this? Like, you know what I'm saying? Let me go back a little bit.
Messages in them. Now he put that video up, and as y'all seen the caption, it says, "Babe, ain't none fake. He literally texted me the whole time in vanish mode and sent me his number." And then he went on to follow that story up and said, "Moral of the story is your favorite rappers are my missions."
Moral of the story, your favorite rappers are in my messages. I don't usually do this, laugh aloud, but he literally asked me to buy my own flight to Orlando and munch on him. And munch on him. And maybe if he would have started the conversation off nice and wasn't on some hornball, this wouldn't be out now. Look, y'all, these OF moms got standards. Okay, don't come out there on no that type of shit. He said talk to me a certain way, okay?
I don't usually do this, LOL. But he literally asked me to buy my own flight to Orlando and munch on him for free. Maybe if he would have started the conversation off nice and wasn't on some hornball ish, this wouldn't be out right now. And as y'all see, he went on to expose dude and said the reason why he exposed him is because, pretty much he wanted Bossman Dlow wanted dude to munch on him for the free. Now listen, bro. I don't even really want to go in too much on that situation because I ain't gonna lie, bro.
So if Bossman Dlow would have had the right amount of money and would have paid the price, he would have did it. But because he actually do it out of the kindness of your own heart, he wasn't cool with it. Is what pretty much what it sounded like to me.
I'm not saying it's true. I'm not saying it's not. Granted, the dude just put some DMs and pretty much showed proof that they have been conversating. But at the end of the day, that's to each his own. Now, this is what I don't understand about this situation, right? I be in the mix of little things, right? Because I know for a fact if that's really true, which I wouldn't be surprised if it is, but I'm not saying it is. That's not the first or the last person that ever done that. Little do y'all know, it's probably a lot of transsexuals, you feel me? People that happen to go both ways, or guys that like guys. It's a lot of rappers and athletes in their DM. Little do y'all know, they just got an NDA or they just keep it on low. Like that's just what it is. Some people like what they like. And it's like it's a lot of times fantasies for dudes, whatever. I don't know, you feel me? But that just was going on with some of them. But this be my thing, right? I could care less about Bossman Dlow is going that way. That has nothing to do with me. What a man does with his Johnson has nothing to do with me. But this be my only thing, right? And I want to ask y'all real quick. I want to just see what.
That's exactly how I feel. Like if he chooses to do that, it really is not our business. It's not a problem. That's his preference. That's his life. That's what he got going on. That's what he doing. The problem is when you be trying to do things behind closed doors and you doing it with them type of people that are clearly out for money. They're clearly out for profit. Thank you so much, lady. She said shared. Yes, y'all share the live stream. Hit the like button, subscribe to the YouTube channel. We are normally in the kitchen, but I am trying to do this talk show, Time for Tea, where we talk about hot topics. And let me get that link dropped. Drop the link. If anybody want to come up and share their thoughts, you can. But I'm trying to do Time for Tea, where we talk about hot topics, celebrities, politics, which lady don't like. And Emperor, how are you doing? How are you doing? Welcome in, welcome in. It is Monday. I hope everyone's having a good day so far. I got 11:06 here. What time is it where you are watching from? Okay, so I dropped this link. I'm gonna pin it to the top of the chat. And then we're gonna get back into the video. So what's going on, Foodiegang? Bossman Dlow was exposed by a trans former is what they call it. That's what they were saying here. So I'm just gonna use that one. He was exposed. They showed the text messages, and it was Bossman Dlow's verified account. It was his verified account. No, I have not talked about the biscuits yet. Y'all are here for the Popeyes biscuits. We have not gotten into the biscuits. And you know what? People be saying Popeyes biscuits is dry. They is, but they buttery at the same time. It's weird. Emperor said 306. Yes, Emperor is the great lord of the mod. Some respect on his name when you talk to Emperor. I got my tea here. Um and lady said, next time, sis, I'm doing things around the house and washing and stuff. I'm here though. Well, lady, I'm glad you're here, and that means so much. Supporting. So if you guys please can join the convo, hit the link to the stream, be respectful. Food gang. Yes, I did drop the link. So if you do come up, you're gonna have to come up on the YouTube side of things. We're talking about Bossman Dlow and everything he got going on. We have not gotten into the Coworker ShOt over burnt biscuits at Popeyes. Y'all, that story is I okay. Bet I got strong opinions about them. The biscuits. Okay, y'all. Save y'all biscuit competition. We're gonna get to the biscuits. And yes, he is a mod father. What? Emperor, I'm gonna save your comment for when we get to the biscuit part. He said last time I had some Popeyes biscuit, I almost shifted to what? Oh, that's crazy. Okay, well, I'm glad you're here, Emperor. But we're gonna get back into this particular video. He's talking about Bossman Dlow, and I showed y'all the evidence from the trans person about what they were saying. Oh, we got Drip down in the chat. What's up, Drip?
Hey,
How are you doing today? How are you doing today?
I'm doing good though, not much though. I'm just chilling out. I recently got home an hour ago. Like about 6 o'clock, I think. On my time.
Oh yeah. Oh, it's 6 p.m. Yeah, Drip is on the other side of the world. Drip is in the UK. And lady said Drip
Yeah.
is busy on the panels. I seen him on my bro freezing most time. Yes, Drip, you be
Yeah,
out grinding.
yeah, I do though. I actually enjoy that a lot though.
But you be on everyone's channel, and shout out to you, Drip. And you also drop your videos daily on your channel as well. What's up, Big
Yeah,
Babble?
I find a way though. There's always a way, and I find it though.
Yeah, you definitely make it happen, and you do a really great job.
Yeah.
And shout out to you, Big Babble, and Emperor. Y'all, I look up to y'all. I get tired of sitting down, but I gotta do something else with my life, with my day. And Blaze said, I literally read the title, just read the title of the live stream. Shaking my head kind of reminds me of that time this guy pulled out a burner and shot and deleted a Burger King employee because his order took too long. Y'all, this food is not a game. Food is very serious.
Wait, really?
I don't like somebody arguing over my food. I'll be like, go on with that. Yeah, shout out to Big Bad Boy and Emperor. That's what I'm talking about. Like, you know, when you see people that you cool with, you supposed to hype them up. But we are talking about Bossman Dlow. Drip, have you ever heard of Bossman Dlow?
Not really, but first time, no, I guess. First time's for everything. We'll see, and I might know.
Okay, so he is a rapper, and I know you do a lot of the UK rap scene. He is a rapper. He has a lot of popular songs on YouTube. It is alleged that he was messaging an OF transformer. And so he was
Wow,
exposed by the transformer. They showed messages and some other stuff.
wow.
And we're
Astaghfirullah.
and we're watching look at CJ, and he is telling us, you know, what's going on with it. But yeah. And then I know Drip in your culture isn't it unacceptable to be that way or
Yeah, it is kind of unacceptable to be honest though. It ain't hating on them, no. Like, look, you can just basically be cool and stuff like that. But like, basically, you can just be cool, but don't mean that you support. You're not allowed to support or agree to that lifestyle though, unless if the person though before coming though. You get some people though who are like that before they came. That's different story though. But actually being born and raised up and literally actually being practicing. Nah, you're not supposed to do that.
yeah. And so, you know, here in America it's a free for all. Pretty much.
I'd say in the
Um
UK it's
And
similar
I
though.
don't judge. I'm cool with everybody.
Probably,
I like everybody. You know, I feed everybody. That's, you know, I stay out of it. It ain't my business. But we are talking about Bossman Dlow being exposed by an OnlyFans model who happens to be a transformer. Um, which is why
yeah.
I think the story took off the way
Wow,
it did. It went viral.
wow, that's kind of wow, man. I mean, look, I get you on that though. Look, I'm the same as well though. To be honest, I can be cool though. It's just that basically I don't agree or support that type of thing. No, but I'm just gonna ignore it. I'm just gonna basically not acknowledge that. You know, I'm just
That's
gonna
how I
basically
feel,
look.
Drip.
Yeah, like look. Like I'm wow though. That's why basically sometimes though, that's why I say nowadays though as well, because of how things go nowadays though, people have to literally check baby pics though, legit original baby pictures and original birth certificate though. Literally though. For real, for real. You know? Nowadays though, because of this thing that's going on though, people have to double check, not just, not just basically the people's background and whatever, but you have to literally check their birth certificate though. Like, are you actually literally born like that? I ain't hating no, and I ain't judging, but I gotta keep it real, man. That's how it is nowadays though. Just because a person looks that one kind of way, I ain't hating on that. But just because a person looks that kind of way, don't mean though, they might turn out to be what it is though. Literally, when you actually get married or if you're actually in a relationship with them, that type of thing, no, like literally it'd be shocking, though.
Drip, you know what? I agree with you, and you are not the first man that I have heard say that. But shout out to Big Bad Bull coming through with the 5 memberships. Thank you so much. And I am going to work on changing the sponsorship board. And I am going to play the money video soon. Um, but Drip, you are absolutely right. And I knew someone who used to live, I think in Korea or Japan, and he was saying the same thing that you have to check baby pictures.
Yeah, but also make sure the baby picture's original though, because you know what people do nowadays because of this internet though as well. I'm not gonna deny the baby pictures though, but make sure it's authentic and it's original. You know, I'm not gonna deny that. You know,
Wow.
I ain't denying that though,
What?
and I'm not hating it. I will never deny that. I'm just basically being real honest. Though. That's just how things nowadays is. You know, because of this internet thing though, this AI thing though. You know what people do nowadays, man. You don't know people's intentions nowadays. You know.
Yeah, that's crazy. Okay. Big Bad Bull came back through with 10 more memberships. So that's 15 memberships. Let me read some of the names. Drip, you got a membership. So y'all, you
Mm-hmm.
got a membership. You members only content, Saturday Foodiegang breakfast, exclusive emojis, and so much more. We got Turlonius. We got Brandon VIP auction, Joanne, which was here last night, and Stan. And then El Chipo said, shout out to a Big Bad Bull. We got Denise, Big Dog Barking. Now that's a big name. We got Key and Dan, the breaking news man. Thank you so much, Big Bad Bull, for supporting the channel. Oh my goodness, he making it rain out here. We
Yeah,
can't even keep up. He
yeah,
came
I
back
get
with
that kind
another
of
thing.
sorry, I was just saying though, you know, I know that kind of
What are you
sounds
saying?
uncomfortable though, what I was just saying in some way though, but you have to really be honest how things work nowadays though. You know, it's not really 20, 30 years ago though, where you actually knew who was what back then, you know?
Yeah, Drip, you are absolutely right. My mind is blown over Big Bad Bull making it rain out here in the chat. We finna get into the money video. But Drip,
Okay.
look, y'all, Drip has so much sense out here and he is so young, but he has his head on his shoulders. And every time he comes up to this panel, he know what he's talking about. He is absolutely right. You got to check birth certificates. You got to check baby photos. You got to make sure the photos are not played with, not tampered with,
Yep, and
all
don't
that
forget
stuff.
though, yeah, you also have to do a background check as well. Of course, everything else does matter though, and what I just said, yep, you have to do that, but then don't forget the background check as well, because you never know what a person's background is though. I ain't hating though, but it's actually the truth though. It sounds uncomfortable when I actually mention it though, but you know, that's actually how the harsh reality of this world nowadays works though, man. Gotta keep it real though. That's how, if I'm being real honest, though, that's how nowadays reality actually works, though. Even though it's very uncomfortable for some people to hear that, though.
Yeah, hey, what's up, girl dad? We doing good, we doing good. And shout out to Big Bad Bull for being the sponsor of the show. We finna get to the money video. I'm gonna play
Okay.
it 3 times in a row for him making it rain out here. Let's go. Foodie gang gang gang. Foodie gang gang gang. Let's go. Foodie gang gang gang. Foodie gang gang gang. Thank you so much, Big Bad Boy. And I'm gonna save another one for later on in the show. But shout out to you. Amber said dollar bills. Y'all, yeah, y'all heard that bling bling blow. Support the channel, support the channel. Y'all show Big Bad Bull some love out here in the chat. But we are talking about Big Bossman Dlow exposed. Drip made a very good point. You need to verify the person's identity by looking at photos, baby photos that are not doctored, and birth certificates. But this particular person that Bossman Dlow went after, there's no way he didn't know. Like, there's no way. And that's okay. You know what I'm saying? Ain't nothing wrong with that. Ain't nothing wrong with that. But he knew. Drip, you have to say anything before we move on to or we play some more of the video? You got anything you want to share?
Mm, Pretty much though. Wait. Okay. I mean, wow, that's kind of interesting. Let's just play a little bit more of the video relating to that though. Anything else though? I'll pretty much let you know if I want to share anything.
And hey, El Cheapa. All right. Here we go, Drip. Here we go.
Does with the Johnson has nothing to do with me, but this be my only thing, right? And I want to ask y'all real quick. I want to just see what angle y'all go at. When I see situation like that, I'll be like, see, you expose the people. That's why a situation happen where people sometimes they get down. You feel what I'm saying? They have violence acted upon them. But then sometimes in the back of my mind, I be wondering, like, maybe that's good that they did expose that. Because let me tell y'all something, bro. It's a lot of these dudes that sleep with people from that community unprotected and be catching stuff and going back and laying with women without letting them know that they're doing that, and they pass stuff on down. Now, I'm not saying that women.
Ooh, what do y'all think about that? Do y'all think that that is true? Is
I
that
don't know.
is that what's going on? What you think, Drip?
I don't know, to be honest, though. I mean, it's a slight, but not everybody. There's a slight possibility. Maybe there might be like a few who do that, though. But I don't know, though. I mean, you never know, man. I gotta keep. What do you think, though? Do you think that's true?
Think that there is a little bit of truth to what he is saying, but I also feel like what he is saying is going to trigger a lot of people because there's a sense of accountability there that has to be taken. But we're hearing this from a black man. A black man said this, so there has to be a little bit of truth to it. And I have heard the same thing. And hey, El Chipo, she said, "Hey, everyone, I'm listening at work. Let me tell y'all. El Chivo is the hardest working woman out there. She always grinding.
Mm-hmm.
And Lee said, "Oh, thank you, BB, for the support, even though it gifted the ones that's not here like us. But hey." See, this probably love lady. We always need a little bit of shade. You know, lady gonna bring the shade in. But yes, shout out to El Chipo. But he is saying that he feels like men are sleeping with other men and they're not saying it and they're bringing back stuff to the women and giving them stuff.
I kind of, when you said that, there's like slight truth in that, though. Me personally, no. But other people outside of myself, though, yeah, there's a slight bit of truth in that, though. Just a slight bit. Because me personally, what the people I've been around, though, not really like that, though, you know? Me personally,
Yeah.
though, that's basically the like I'm in UK. The UK is a Western country too. I'm in the West just like you. The only difference is though I have a different, values though. I'd say it's probably I'm going by my own values though. So even while I'm in the West, I'm still going by values though. That's why I basically, gotta keep caution, of all of that type of thing though. Got the sense. The only reason I have that sense is because actually I noticed that though. Literally I had that type of feeling anyway.
Yeah, and Drip, you got a lot more value. Some people Drip, you're gonna do great in life. Big Bad Bull said 907 goodies. It's lovely ladies like you and El Chivo in real life that I must show appreciation and support to you. I'm always ninja watching both of y'all stay motivated and keep up the good work. Thank you so much, Big Bad Bull, because I feel like some days just be so hard and you be wanting to give up, but y'all don't give up. There'll be better days ahead. You guys keep pushing.
Mm-hmm. I agree, though. Yeah, totally get you on that,
And
though. For me, but other than that, today, though, I just basically posted my video today, and I'm just chilling out, though, because recently, I think around 6 o'clock, I came home, though, because my mom picked me late, though. So on the way home, that's what I was doing. And after that, I just came home, chilled out, changed my clothes, and whatever, though. That's all I did, though. Other than that, that's it, though. Might have a new video
yeah.
tomorrow. I always find a way to stay consistent while I support, though.
Okay, Drip. Lady said, Drizzy, I think your mic gonna collapse. You okay though?
Okay. Wait, how does that sound? Is it kind of bad though, or is it kind of good?
Know if it's my headphones. Do you guys hear a popping noise when he talks? It could be my headphones, or it could be. We'll see what the chat's saying. Chat, does Drip sound poppy, or is that just me? And then, okay, so I'm gonna respond to this comment. Lady, the people that were gifted the memberships, I do see them here. And I've talked to each and every one of them. They're not
Uh,
random. I do a lot of live streams, so you may not have seen them, but I do be talking to those people. Shit. Lady said, oh, that's wrong button. Lady said, what membership at? Look, lady, you can return the stream now, hating on me like that. And then Blaze said, yeah, the gifted memberships are always at random, but it's definitely appreciated, especially for the content creators that do things strictly for channel members. Shout out to Triple B again. But I do know those people, y'all. See, we love you, lady. Oh my goodness. Big Bad Bull said, I was watching it last night, all that food you cooked, and baby girl didn't want to eat none of it. So funny. Look, I had Sunday dinner last night. It was a late one. And Ava gonna come up to me and said, Mommy, I'm hungry. In front of me was literally a table full of food. So it's not like I don't feed my daughter. She don't like my food like that. She likes kid stuff. And it's like, really? And then she ended up not eating. I think she's on the verge of getting an ear infection again. So I'm gonna have to call the ear doctor. But you know what? That's another reason why I'm not up here cooking. I got a lot of leftovers. Yes, in the Blaze, you're so right. I like when I think about giving up, I'm like, well then what am I gonna do after I give up? And Big Bad said I was punching in the air that I couldn't have none, y'all. That food was hitting. And Toy came through with the egg rolls, and she sat up here for like an hour, and we chopped it up. That live stream ended up being like 3 hours long, almost. But let's get back into the content, y'all. Let's see what else. What else he gonna say?
Women can't catch nothing or spread nothing either. But y'all get what I'm trying to say, bro. When you out here laying with men unprotected, I feel as though a woman deserves to know that okay, this is what you got going on, so she could choose whether she want to still agree to lay with you. You feel what I'm saying? Because it's not safe really to be laying with anybody unprotected and going to the next person. That's how you pass on disease and stuff. But like a man at that, that's even crazier. You see what I'm saying? But I wouldn't be surprised. You feel me? I'm not saying that Bossman Dlow is that. Let me make this clear. I am not saying that Bossman Dlow is that. You feel what I'm saying? I wouldn't be surprised though, because it's a lot of rappers that's into that. You feel me? Like you can just look at the way they dress and all that. Y'all may think these dudes that's just style and fashion. Though a lot of these dudes be flamboyant, and it's the industry. Y'all know how the industry is, bro. A lot of these dudes have to do a lot of freaky stuff to get put on. A lot of stuff go on behind closed door. That's why I tell y'all all the time, don't idolize these rappers, don't idolize that lifestyle, because you don't know what they did to get it. You feel me? Take away the whole Bossman Dlow situation. Man, females, bro, they get put on. It's a lot of things they got to do to get put on. Like, I promise you, it's deeper than y'all think. But this the only thing I will say to little bro, whoever he is, you feel me? That is
And he's right about that. They're having to do a lot to get put on. And some of the things that we're seeing in today's time is proof that people had to do a lot. One of the main examples that I know y'all know about is Diddy and Cassie and his alleged other artists. That whole situation, he had to do a lot to get put on. And a lot of people have come out from Hollywood and said that they had to do a lot to get put on as well. And to maintain their status in the industry, they had to do a lot. And that's why, in my opinion, it's so allegedly, but we're seeing a lot of drug use and a lot of people meeting their demise. But Drip, what's up?
Well, hey, what up? That sound better. I dropped and wanted to come back because I heard
Yes,
about
yes.
them. Oh, I totally get you on what you're saying though. Literally, I give one example though. This dude at D Block, yep, the one half of D Block, yep, one of them. He literally said though to his fans though, look, I appreciate your support, and I see, my influence though doing, you look up to me, but he said, please don't look up to me. I'm still working on myself and stuff like that. He literally said though, like, look, I get what type of influence I have, but at the same time, please find someone else to look up to. Don't look up to me, though. And he's a Muslim, though. Young at his Muslim. He used to be a Christian who's Muslim now, though. And basically, though, with him, he's a revert to Muslim or a Muslim convert and stuff like that, though, when he was at and when he got with so literally he was real enough to admit, I'm still working on my stuff at the same time. And he's telling his fans, please don't look up to me, but he also knows the type of influence he has is whether he don't want them to, whether he wants that or not, he's still gonna get it either way. But he's just letting his fans know straight up honesty.
Yeah, and I think
Yeah.
honesty is a lot of people is missing. But let's get back into this video. I think we got about a minute left, and then I have another here.
Tell me the
Okay.
truth. You just blew your bad because whatever people you want to be on the DL with, you feel me? Like you didn't blew your opportunity. Nobody's gonna ever trust you again because you exposing people. You feel what I'm saying? Now, me personally, I don't agree with the lifestyle. That's just not me. That's not what I believe in. I feel like men's supposed to be a woman. That's what God created us to be. But all I say is, if you're gonna do that, bro, make sure women are aware, bro. Because you're a rapper that got all this money, and you know women want to sleep with you. So at least let them know that that's how you get down, so they can choose whether they still want to be with you. Some of them gonna still choose to live with you, but I'm just saying, let people get an option so you can, save some people's life and take care of some people's health in advance. But give me your thoughts and opinions down below.
Okay.
I
I
think that
mean, look,
he
Blaze said
is
this though.
correct.
Yeah,
I think
I
he's
was just
right.
looking. Oh, sorry, you're right. So I was trying to say, Blaze said this though. All the money in the world isn't worth me going against my morals and value system and not having a clean heart. There's just a certain lines I won't cross. I won't ever cross. I'll go to the grave first. Yeah, now he got a point though, man. I get it though. I kind of agree with him in a way. Because look, it all comes with a price though, with that type of foundation, how you build it though. Depending on if you build that type of foundation will eventually break if you do that though. It all comes with a price of your soul.
Yeah, and people are too willing to
Mhm.
sell their soul. That's the problem. What's up, world
What?
class? How you doing? How you doing? We talking about Bossman Dlow getting exposed, and y'all shout out to the sponsor of the show, Big Bad Bull, coming through with the 25 memberships, blessing everybody, making it rain, making it rain. Okay, Riaz's mic is breaking my soul. Okay, I was wondering if it was my headphones or if it was his mic.
Where's my
Drip,
mic any good?
it's still popping. Maybe you should drop down and maybe restart your phone.
Okay.
All right, all right, all right. I was like, is this me or just the headphones? But thank you so much, World Class. And shout out to the World Class. Cause yesterday he told me my mic was low. Is it okay now? Cause I looked back and I was like, my mic was low. And so shout out to World Class helping us with the sound over here in Handle 7 Good Eats. Cause I always tell y'all, I'm a chef first and a mom, and then I became a YouTuber. So the sound, I have had a really hard time on my sound, just in general. So thank you so much. Okay, so the next video we're gonna get into is gonna be the Game Spitter. If y'all have not heard of the Game Spitter, y'all gotta check him out on YouTube. He be having me rolling, but he does a lot of commentary on a lot of the rappers and kind of like urban media, and he's very funny. And I think he's a trucker, and a lot of the times he's shooting his content. Um, he's shooting his content in his truck. Okay. See, me and you World Class. Okay, thank you so much, lady. See, World Class, I needed you when I first started YouTube. Okay, let's see. Drip, what's up?
Okay. How do I sound now? Any good? How does my audio sound?
You- Keep talking.
All right. How does my mic sound? Any good? Like, do I have a better sound right now?
What do y'all think? Okay, y'all hit
Well,
the
I'm
like button.
trying
We
to
need to
fix
get the
this
likes up.
mic
We need to
first.
get the likes up.
Uh,
Um, it sounds okay. It sounds a little bit better. What do y'all think, Chad? Let us know. But we're gonna keep going with the content. Y'all let us know. We know Lady gonna let us know. We know World Class is gonna let us know. Shout out to the Foodiegang because it makes me so mad when I do a whole segment and then I look back and my sound's messed up. So I'm glad that you guys do tell me.
mhm.
Okay. Okay. Okay, I'm getting the circle of doom here. Y'all see that? Okay, we're gonna take this out until it stops loading. Okay. He's gonna show us a picture of the transformer. When he does that, I'm gonna pause it and we're gonna pull it up on the big screen. And I want y'all to tell me, what do y'all think? Honest opinions. I don't really know much about OBS. I know that's what some of the content creators use. I don't really know anything about that.
Yeah,
Drip,
that's
while
cool.
we're waiting for the video, do you want to tell us about your YouTube channel?
Sure. So basically, what I do on my thing though is basically music related content. So for all things UK hip hop, that's me though. All I do is voice over content, but I use the clips and I talk over the clips. So give you a little bits and pieces of, like some information about the UK hip hop culture. Because there's multiple aspects to that one culture as well. Because not everything is UK drill or trap though. There's more to UK hip hop than people like to think though. It's just basically, what is pushed out the most.
Oh, yeah, I hear you. I hear you. Okay, I got the video working. We're gonna pull that back up. He is gonna show us a full body picture of the person that Bossman Dlow allegedly reached out to. During that clip, I want y'all to tell me your honest opinions about what y'all think. Here we go.
And boss man, what you got going on with this fun boy? Why this fun boy putting all this money on your name? He was with him. You see him? I know you see him. Yeah. I don't know if it's 100% true. But with the internet and all this technology and all this shit, these apps, you can put some shit together. But you definitely was in his DM.
Okay, let me go back to
You see him?
uh
I know.
okay, what do y'all think? Do
Wow.
y'all
I
think
mean,
that Bossman Dealer was really full? or or he knew what it was?
I don't know. Wait, can I be real with you? I don't know, man.
Of
Like,
course,
I don't
Shrimp.
know. Yeah, I'm being honest though. If I have to be honest with you, I don't know to be honest though. Did he get food or did he actually do it though and he didn't get? I don't know. What do you think though? Do
I
you
think he
think
knew
he
exactly
wanted?
what was going. I think he knew exactly what was going on. There's no way. Look at the
Oh,
hair.
okay.
I mean, I used to have the same hairstyle when I had my afro, but I didn't look like this.
Okay.
He knew what was going on. Wait, and look, okay, I'm
Okay.
gonna go to the where's Josephines?
Okay. I mean, look, I get it now. I think you're kind of right though. N- No, but I'm
Y'all,
saying
let's just
before I was
okay, here
kind
we
of in
go.
I was indifferent before, but actually the way it is actually he knew what was okay. Wait, actually the way he described it though, right? And he knew what was up, right? I was
Yeah,
not
he
denying that
definitely
though.
knew.
I wasn't denying
He
that though.
definitely
It's
knew.
just that I wasn't sure before though. But actually, with the way you explained it, now I'm starting to understand a bit more.
Okay. All right. So he knew what it was. But you know what? I forgot who said. I think it was one of the members of the City Girls, said in the song, "I have so much work on my body." Or, I'm paraphrasing. I could, if y'all know, y'all know. She said, "I have so much work on my body, I look like a trans," and then it made people think like, "Dang, these girls are getting so much work done." And these people that want to look like women are going to those same doctors. So now everybody's kind of starting to look the same.
Yeah,
Like we're
that's why
seeing the
basically.
BBL.
Yeah, same here though. Like basically, look, I'll be real with you. Feel like based offline, no, that'd be a different story. I'll tell you what I'm actually thinking and how it is and whatever I wanted to say though. You know, I ain't trying to basically get myself in trouble though, you know. I'm just basically like this though. More like sanitized version of what I'm actually thinking, but you know what I'm thinking though. Keeping it real honest though, but at the same time though, in a different way. So actually though, wow. No, but that's why basically
So,
that point that anyways though, so I was trying to say that point though, I was trying to say people have to check the birth certificate and the baby pics too though. Literally though. Because you have to prove it though. It's not like nothing against anybody though, but you don't know what people are like nowadays though. It's like, it's like 20, 30 years ago where you knew who was what though. Nowadays you have to actually double check for sure though. Just because the person looks one kind of way don't mean they're actually that way though. Because you know the way they made it though.
what do you think this person looked like in their baby pictures?
Mm, wait, can I actually ask that question to you? What do you think though? Because I don't know
I
how to
think it was a
answer
little
that.
boy in the pictures.
Mm,
I think
okay,
it was a little boy.
okay. Then I think the same as well. It's not that I don't have my own thought. I was just asking you what you think though, because you could explain it better
And
to me.
yeah, I think it was a little boy, and if this is what Bossman Dlow likes, there's nothing wrong with it. I think it's better if you get in front of a controversy before it starts. You know what I'm saying? But I'm curious to see if we're gonna see Bossman Dlow with women after this. Do you think, Drip, in your opinion, he will still be able to get chicks? 'Cause y'all know these rappers be having a lot of women.
I mean, he could be able to, but at the same time, his reputation, if you do that kind of thing, kind of reputation, the rep is already damaged anyway. So whatever rep he built before or whatever, I ain't wishing the worst case. I ain't hating though. But if he actually got exposed for that though, that'd be a permanent dent on his rep though.
But let's get back into the video, y'all. Let's see what else the game spitter has to say.
Oh, you Sam. Yeah. I don't know if it's 100% true. But with the internet and all this technology and all this shit, these apps, you can put some shit together. But you definitely was in his DM. Unless that's not his IG, that's somebody else's IG. But yeah, that's y'all speaking. And he said everything else was in vanish mode, which that do make sense. That do make sense. Why would you put everything where he can do some shit like this? And then, you know, y'all going back and forth, and you saying, why is it all about money and this and that? And I don't know if it's you or him. One of y'all said it ain't like we can get into a relationship and you can show me off. Then you find out he was a boy and you talking about, I appreciate you being real. I never did that. I don't want to be all over the blogs and shit. So you saying,
Okay, so this person admitted that they were a man or they were born a boy. Bossman Dlow then said, "Oh, I did not know. I don't want this to be all over the blogs."
Wow.
Do we believe Bossman Dlow?
I'm probably gonna
Say
say
no.
I'm probably gonna say no. I don't think so. Or there's a percent chance he could though. But I'm gonna go with the percent chance with you though. No, because is it the way when we actually saw the message, the way he was talking and stuff like that to that person? Yeah, probably no.
Yeah, there's no way he
Because
didn't know because from the head up, it looks like a man. Like, let's just keep it real here. It looks like a man with a lot of makeup on. And then from the
mm,
neck down, it looks like a woman. But it's like, with
mm,
that face, there's no way. And if so, what type of women are you going for here? But his preference is his
mm.
preference. That's not the problem. The problem is you trying to do it on the D low.
Wow.
Empress said, nah. Lady said, nah, yeah. And shout out to Big Bad Bull coming through with the 25 memberships. But we finna even get back into the content. But I think the boss man did a little new. Which I think, Chad.
Mm,
Drip said
I kind
he
of
knew.
agree though. Kind of see what she means though. Where she
Yeah,
coming
but
from.
he kind of had to play it that way based off of how the text messages were going. Yeah, I
Oh
think he
wow.
played
Okay.
it that way to cover himself. He knew this was gonna be all
Wow.
over the place because he said that in the messages.
Wait, but actually, but I see what you mean, though. He knew, though. I kind of agree with what he's saying, though. Like, he knew what he was doing. Because if he, if, he could have basically used his common sense in a way that, like, basically, look, like, is this person how it really turns out to be, though? I mean, I totally agree with you, you know what I mean? But wow.
Yeah, he definitely knew. Let's get back into this video and let's see what
Okay.
else he got to say.
saying you ain't never mess with no trend. Enemy. Yeah, you ain't never mess with no trend before, and you don't want to be all over the blog. You know, when I guess with the fumble, when y'all split and all this stuff, they'll expose you. Cause it ain't like you can really put fear in the fun boy. And he'd be scared to death. Like Diddy, he could put that fear on. You can't. Diddy don't get exposed to the whole everybody go against him and try to take him down. You'll stop sending money or doing whatever, and they gonna go up on you. Cause you don't get no respect. But yeah, you ain't block them. Yeah, you ain't block them. Like then you saying you just looked at him on Twitter too. Then some other stuff he said back to you, and but he scratched it out. Yeah, I said he scratched it out. I said he scratched it out, and he saying like he knew I was a boy. That's nasty work. Asking him his real name and all this type of shit, man. He got you on the contacts.
One thing we can say is Bossman Dlow sure did say a lot of words for somebody who he wasn't interested in. He was interested and he was trying to get some, and it's okay, Bossman Dlow. We still gonna rock with your music. That's about it, though. That's about it. And the moment you start putting out whack music, we through with you.
Ain't a good look for the career. It could be all a lie. It could be all a lie, but it ain't a good look. Now, I know you like your bikini bottom 8 out. I said, I know you like your bikini bottom 8 out, but I don't know for a fact, but that's what they said was happening when your SEX tape got released. They said you get your bikini bottom 8 out. But I don't know what you like, but you can't find no females. You got all this money. Women eat booty now. I say women eat. Yeah, they go back there now. You can't find no shit eater that you can take on the road with you. All you need is about two. Yeah.
But that is the Game Spitter. This is his YouTube right here. And so yeah, that's kind of everything that's going on with Bossman Dlow. He's getting exposed. Spitter, one thing Spitter be doing is he be talking. Hey sis, girl, we was talking about that food up in here last night. What's going on, big sis? What's going on? We talking about Bossman Dlow getting exposed. He allegedly was texting this OF model that happens to be a trans person. And now it's all over the blogs and whatnot. Let's see what else Game Spitter got to say. You get that disclaimer.
Or find you another one up north. Or just carry that one with you everywhere you go. And she cool with you turning up, or you fuck with other joints. She'll be cool with you being in the room. However, if it's that deep, you can't put your career on the line trying to find a fun boy. Come on, man. Because if you got a fetish like that, all you really
Look, but he did put his career on the line. That's the type of thing that he likes to do. And, we don't know. He may have always done that in his lifetime. But now that he has this huge spotlight on him, it's really hard to move behind the scenes when everybody's talking about you and everybody's already looking at you. You know what I'm saying? But shout out to Big Bad Bull coming through with 25 memberships. Ooh, it says on Facebook. Let me fix that banner because he didn't give it on Facebook. He gave it on YouTube. Okay, let me fix that. Let me fix that. Put some respect on his name. Y'all was letting me roll around with that typo up in here. Y'all ain't saying nothing. Okay, Big Bad Bull came through with 25 memberships on YouTube. We're gonna play that money video for him one more time, and after that, we're gonna get back into some more content. We can move on to the next subject because honestly, I'm about through talking about Bossman Dlow and what he got going on. I want to get into these Popeyes biscuits, and we're gonna talk about Popeyes. Foodiegang, gang, gang. Foodiegang, gang, gang. Okay, y'all ready? Get it all out your system. I know it was a lot. What we were talking about before, it was a lot with Bossman Dlow getting exposed. Now we're gonna move into the coworker shot over burnt biscuits at Popeyes. Food is serious. Some people think it's a joke, some people think it's a game, but people is not playing about their food. Everybody ain't playing. And you can either get somebody sick or make somebody really happy. That is a power that we hold when, doing things with food. Look, but the chat already ready to light them biscuits up. Um, and yeah, and Blake said, yes, bring out those concrete biscuits. You know what this reminds me of? There was a story that I reported on. One of the coworkers at Popeyes was pouring a whole ooh, excuse me. Okay. They ain't gonna be all the way back, 'cause Imma tell this story, okay? One of the workers at Popeyes was pouring a whole lot of butter on the biscuits. I mean, a whole lot. And then in the next TikTok that he created, he stated that he was fired over buttering the biscuits at Popeyes, or over buttering them, as we should say, because it was a lot of freaking butter. That is not why he was fired. You know, here at 907 Good Eats, we do our research. Before we get an opinion, we do a little bit of research. The girl did some digging, right? I went on his TikTok. It was not over those type of biscuits. He was doing some really weird stuff on TikTok. And he deserved to be fired. That I don't want that man nowhere around my food. Here is the video, and it's gonna be on my YouTube channel. Why Popeyes workers are getting fired over biscuits, but it wasn't over the biscuits the dry ones. It wasn't over them. He was doing some other stuff that was very, very weird, and that's all I'm gonna say. Y'all check out the video. But we are gonna get into our next subject. We're gonna talk about these Popeyes biscuits. But before we get too far into that, let me play another short little video for y'all.
Please hold for a very important message.
All right, y'all hold for a very important message. Let me get this second video pulled up. We actually have some comments about Popeye's biscuits from the chat that was given earlier, and I'm gonna go through a couple of those comments. A lot of people, okay, so it is widely known that Popeye's biscuits are dry. It has been a running joke for some years that you need to drink with the biscuits because biscuits are so dry. Empress said last time I had some Popeyes biscuits, I almost chipped a tooth. That's how dry people think that they are. He said he almost chipped a tooth. Um, let's see what else we got. And then Blaze also is not cool with the biscuits at Popeyes. He feels like they are very, very dry. Empress said, them biscuits are so dry, you gotta eat them in the rain. That's the first time I had to, okay, here we go. This is what I was looking for. Blaze said, yeah, bring out those concrete biscuits. I like the Popeyes biscuits. They are dry. You can only eat one. And you got to eat them with your drink at the same time. You take a bite of the biscuits, a sip of the drink. A bite of the biscuits, sip of the drink. If you do it any other way, you can choke. I'm telling you. I'm telling you how to eat out here, how to order. But this man was pouring so much butter on these biscuits. Popeyes commented and was like, you missed one. Um, and then Blaze said, sounds like Widow who worked at Subway and would put together a sandwich, but take his Johnson and put it on the sandwich and take pics. Calling himself Sandwich Artist of the Day. So disgusting. And that's another reason why I'm like, when you go out to eat, you need to look at the kitchen. You need to look at people's fingernails. You need to look at the counter. You need to look at the stuff. Some of these people out here are nasty and they hate their jobs. So, If you don't like your job already, you're not gonna care about it. Um, what Blade said, Popeyes biscuits should be registered weapons. Do y'all like do y'all like the chicken though? Like the chicken tenders or the chicken strips from Popeyes and the fries and the red bean and rice? Do y'all got anything good to say about Popeyes? What Ember said the homeless even refuse to eat Popeyes biscuits. That is crazy. Yeah, but that is some sick work. Did that person get jail time? I did do a deep dive into that story. I feel like I heard a little bit about it when it was going on, but I haven't heard about it in a while. I never really like looked into it. What type of sentence do you think someone should get that does something like that? I think you need to get a lot of time because of what you're doing can really get somebody hemmed up, and you're playing with public safety. You know what I'm saying? Like, and you don't know if that sound is going to a kid. You don't know where that sound is going. That's disgusting. No, they need to lock you up with the criminals because that's criminal what you're doing. That is very disgusting. I don't even like. Have you guys ever seen like those bikini coffee shops? I don't like those. I'm not. I don't like it. I tried one before when I was in Oregon. It was a bikini coffee shop. I said no. And the coffee wasn't even good. Wasn't even good. No, I said nope. Too much bodily fluids. I don't like when people be like having their shirt off, serving food. I just like you need to have your fingernails cleaned and have some clothes on when you making my food. In my opinion, that's how I feel. But we're gonna get into the coworker shot over burnt biscuits at Popeyes. Today's video is going to be brought to us by Trey King. Let me make sure I'm getting that right. By the Trey King Show. Okay, there we go. Trey King Show, great YouTuber. He be out here working hard. Blake said, okay, as far as the story with the Subway sandwich maker, man, this happened some years ago, I think around 2012, 2013. I'll never forget about that story. He did get fired of that. You need to get more than fired. I feel like if you're doing something that nasty where you're putting your genitals on the food, I feel you need to get some type of prison. It's not prison, maybe, but some type of jail time, probation. You need to get something with the law. You need to get a misdemeanor or a felony, because that is sick. And then it's like, did he go work for McDonald's after that? And put his. We're gonna just get into the content, y'all. Cause y'all know me, I got all these questions. I will be up here investigating and getting into it. I'll be like, where did he go out? Cause you know how like sometimes police officers do something in one area and then they go to another area, or they get fired from one precinct and they go to another one and work there. That dude could be doing the same thing with Subways, or the same thing with other fast food chains, going to go work somewhere else. But let's get into this situation. Let's see what's going on here. Let's go back. Go in. Y'all hit that like button. Hit the like button. Shout out to Big Bad Bull for being the sponsor of the show with that 25 memberships on YouTube. Support the channel so that we can continue to cook and continue to do this time for tea during the week, y'all. Let's go.
Shooting outside a Popeyes in South Charlotte stemmed from an argument over biscuits. According to court documents we obtained, 22-year-old Rodney Wood shot another manager on Sunday at the restaurant on South Boulevard. Last check, that victim was fighting for his life. Wood faces multiple charges, including first-degree murder.
Yo, YouTube, what's going on? Tripping again to y'all another video. Hope y'all having a very great day. Hope y'all having a very great week. My day is going absolutely magnificent. Big shout out to all the channel members and subscribers of the Trey King Show family. And much love to each and every last one of you all. And you all, we have a story of North Carolina by way of Charlotte. And big shout out to everybody in the great city of North Carolina. Everybody outside the great city of Charlotte. Now, before I start this story, I want to send a special thank you out to my channel members and also to my subscribers for sending me this story. And also, keep these stories coming. And now, before I start this story, family, I know you all heard the introduction, but I have one very important question to ask you all. Who in the hell burnt these biscuits at this Popeyes that's caused all this commotion and confusion? Now, it all went down just a few days ago, Sunday to be exact, on Mother's Day.
Now, that's sad that this happened on Mother's Day. But you know, if you burn the Popeyes biscuit, that is like a hockey puck. That should be registered as a weapon. Because that is going to be... That's going to hurt.
Where we had 22-year-old Rodney Wood and also another manager. I do not know that manager's name, but Rodney Wood and another manager got into it. And the customers that was at this Popeyes restaurant said this altercation started over a pan of burnt biscuits.
He was going in the back and was starting arguing with the guy over some burnt biscuits.
Now, instead of Rodney...
Okay, let me go back a little bit so we can read it. He was going in the back and started arguing with the guy over some burnt biscuits. He took the plate with the burnt biscuits and threw it on the ground. So he pretty much got the Gordon Ramsay on the Popeyes and was acting a fool. Thank you so much, Blaze. Blaze came out with the link. Shout out to the Foodiegang for helping me with the content. Y'all be giving me recipes, sending me stories, doing research for me. I greatly appreciate it. Greatly appreciate it. But he pretty much got the Gordon Ramsay on at Popeyes. My thing is this. This is neither one of your guys' restaurants. I don't know why you're tripping like that. This ain't y'all stuff. This ain't stuff. Calm down. It's not as serious. But people out here are not playing, and everybody is already mad.
With the guy over some burnt biscuits.
Now, instead of Rodney Wood being a manager and also the other guy being a manager, instead of them coming up with a better plan as like to fixing the issue, they decide they want to go outside and fight. But the story goes also that the person who got shot asked Rodney Wood, the shooter, to go outside, to step outside so they can, have a little one-on-one or whatnot. Now, you would think about both of them being managers that they could just talk it out or just, clock out.
Imagine you're at a job. Your management has a disagreement. And instead of them coming up with a reasonable solution, they say, let's go outside and box it out. Y'all, Popeyes is hood, okay? That's how people be doing it in the hood. They say, let's go outside and box it out. Y'all have Popeyes. You don't handle this like a hood dispute. That is crazy. That's crazy. And imagine you put the Popeyes and you see two managers outside duking it out. Like, bro. Over biscuits that are already dry. This is wild.
Go home. But no, this is why it does not pay to keep it real. Sometimes you got to know when to hold them. Sometimes you got to know when to fold them. And sometimes, family, you got to know when to walk your ass away because you may die or you may live to do what? Fight another day. But instead of them both just, cooling out and trying to just let things be, no, they decided to escalate this whole situation. Now, what makes it even more troubling is the fact not only was this Mother's Day and you had families in there, you would think that these two guys could have worked this whole situation out at least until it was time to clock out. And then maybe if you all want to fight, which I don't, agree with, then you fight, but not in front of the customers. And do not bring or use any weapons because what's the purpose of trying to have a fist fight since you all want to fight if you're going to use a damn weapon. Now, the victim.
See, that is the problem with, fighting people these days is that you never know what they're going to bring. But what I was going to say is, do we really feel like the burnt biscuits was the tipping point? Or do we feel like these men already had disagreements, already was beefing? Because ain't no way that some burnt biscuits led to somebody getting shot and y'all fighting. Y'all didn't like each other and y'all already had disputes. Y'all already had beef. And once the burnt biscuits happened, I think it tipped y'all over the edge. um, and Blake said, I've seen managers to go toe to toe before, and they were promptly fired afterwards. Even worse, these were managers that built careers with the company, idiots. And me and Blaze are very level-headed people, and we always feel like we're not gonna let anybody take us out of our own element, out of our piece, and get us out of character. Stop giving all these people all these energy. By you getting mad, you grabbing the gun. Look where you're gonna be at now. Now you're gonna be unemployed. You might even go to jail. One of y'all might have to go to the hospital. It's just all not worth it. Over some burnt biscuits. And if you work in the kitchen, if you cook, it is very easy to burn food. I burnt so much food in my time. I just don't show y'all the burn food. I'll show y'all the good food. But you gotta burn food. That's why I say I don't think that this was their first disagreement. These two men was already beefing. And the burnt biscuits was like the nail in the coffin. They was already fed up with each other and they was already tired. But one thing I'll say is these work disputes be for real. How many of us have worked at a job where somebody didn't get along and they just brought everybody into the mess? And if you don't get along with your coworkers, it is difficult to just work and not say nothing. But in these two men's case, they went outside and duked it out. And it's like, after you get done fighting, you're not gonna have a job, right? Okay. And you have kids. I'm not sure for sure, but I'm saying if they have kids, this is very sad for the children. They weren't even thinking about them at all.
Victim because he wasn't a victim at first. Now, the victim, soon as Rodney Wood stepped outside his Popeyes, they had a few words as you all see, and then the victim, he did the unthinkable like he was Alicia Keys. He hauled off and hit Rodney Wood. And what the hell did he do that for? But I'm quite sure the manager that got shot did not know that the other manager, Rodney Wood, had a gun on him, because who in their right mind is going to haul off and hit somebody if they got a damn gun on them? Now think about that. Now, lo and behold, the manager hauls off and hit Rodney Wood. Rodney Wood takes a couple of steps back and shot the manager in the chest and also shot the manager in the groin. Now think about this, family. Now the shooter name is Rodney.
What? You shot this man in the chest and the groin? Now that was unnecessary. That was unnecessary because now you're gonna ruin this man's life. You ain't have to do all that in the chest and the groin. Dang. Yeah, it was foul. That was so unnecessary. And it's like, damn, you trying to ruin this man's life where you can't even have no kids. You hate him that much? You hate him that much? Yeah, that's why I said, or maybe there was a woman involved. Maybe they were messing with the same chick. Because this don't seem like some biscuits would have led you here. There's just no way. And if so, we need to be asking, what's up with your mental health? You know what I'm saying? Okay, so I did the math. Shout out to Big Bad Bull. 25 memberships equaling 70. Should just put $75. Let me just put $75 and be done with it. We don't need the cents up here. Equaling $75 coming through, keeping that stove on, keeping the teapot hot. We're gonna be back here tomorrow. Shout out to Big Bad Bull. But dang, he shot him in the chest and the groin. That was unnecessary. And Blake said it's possible that the two have previous animosity, but then again, it doesn't take much to set someone off. I agree with that statement. You don't really know what type of time someone might be on. Best to let it go and walk with you. Y'all listen to Blaze and Drip, y'all gonna be better off in life. Look, that's why everybody who I be beefing with, I don't think it's a situation where I need to come to blows with that person because, like Blaze said, you don't know what people is going through. People, look, I don't know if you guys are in the same world as me, but people out here are very mad, very angry. Everybody ain't playing. Everybody ain't playing. Just so you gotta just be prepared because you just never know what type of time people are on, what their mindset is. You don't know, they could have lost somebody that day. They could be having a bad day. They could already be in the middle of a midlife crisis. You never know.
Rodney Wood, and then he turn around and shoot the other manager and what? His wood. That's a damn shame right there. That's why y'all gotta be careful what you're naming your children, what you're naming people, because that's a damn shame that you would go to jail for shooting somebody in the groin, aka the Wood, and your last name Wood. But anyway, Rodney Wood has been charged.
Wait, what? What? Now, I don't know if that's a coincidence or he did it on purpose. I don't know. His last name is Wood, and he shot this other man in the groin, which is, people would refer to it as Wood also, and there's many other names. We're not going to get into that. We're going to stay focused, Foodiegang. Okay, we're going to stay focused. Let me slide this back a little bit, and let's hear that part again, because that was crazy.
Manager hauls off and hit Rodney Wood. Rodney Wood takes a couple steps back and shot the manager in the chest and also shot the manager in the groin. Now think about this, family. Now the shooter name is Rodney Wood, and then he turn around and shoot the other manager in what? His wood. That's a damn shame right there. That's why y'all gotta be careful what you're naming your children, what you're naming people, because that's a damn shame that you would go to jail for shooting somebody in the groin.
Know if he set that up on purpose or if that just happened to be that way. But that is wild that your last name is Wood. And people can't really change what the last name is because they be getting passed down sometimes. His last name is Wood and he shot somebody else in the wood. I don't know if that is just happened, but lady said that part. And lady said now I think she meant can't. Now he can't perform right, might sideways at an angle. And it's so sad because you're shooting somebody down there like you're trying. I don't know how old these people were, but you're trying to ruin his life. What if he wanted to have kids? What if he don't have no kids? And then you're gonna shoot him in the chest? Why are okay? So last night on my stream, somebody came through and said you're so respectful, and it made me question why are people so disrespectful? Why are people so angry and so ready to go at any moment, throwing their whole life away over somebody else's biscuits at Popeyes? Wild. And Blake said, I don't escalate any situation unless it's 100% necessary, and oftentimes it's not even worth it. Really got to think before you move. Acting or temporary emotions can come with a high cost. Another thing I will say is that you guys got to be mindful of your health. When you're yelling at people, you're doing these blow ups, you're always fighting. And all that stuff is not good for your health, in my opinion. You gotta that's why I be calm. All that stressing and you mad over some biscuits and it ain't worth it. And we see a lot of people here on YouTube yelling at the screen and getting mad, talking about it. All that stuff is too much. And y'all can have it, okay? I will be here, however, to report on what y'all be doing, but I'm not gonna be doing it myself. So we don't know if he set it up that way, but his last name is Wood and he shot somebody in the wood. Oh, in their wood. We also need to pray for the person that was shot. We're hoping that he's able to go and live a good life. And for men, that is very important. That's how most men feel like a man, is what I've been told. But I ain't gonna get into it because y'all gonna be mad. You're gonna be like, she's a woman. How does she know how we feel? And that's where y'all can hit the link and come up and tell me how important y'all a manhood is. Let's get back into it.
AKA the Wood, and your last name Wood. But anyway, Rodney Wood has been charged with attempted first-degree murder because he shot this man below the waist, and he also has been charged with assault with a deadly weapon. That's a damn shame right there. Now, I don't know if he has a bond or not, but if he does have a bond, that bond is going to be high as hell. And just think about this whole situation. Now, all of this started over some damn burnt biscuits.
A wild shooting out of Charlotte. This one happening over the weekend at a Popeyes on South Boulevard. New court documents reveal burnt biscuits led to a burst of bullets outside the fast food business.
And you already know about those Popeyes biscuits. Those biscuits be good as hell. I'm sure everybody love and like those biscuits. But I want to ask you all this question before we dig deeper into this story. Have you ever went to Popeyes and ordered some biscuits or some chicken, 2 or 3 pieces, whatever, 10 piece, and you ate one of those biscuits, and those biscuits were dry as hell? You must admit to yourself, family, for those who have ate at Popeyes, those.
Okay, so everybody, it's a running joke that the biscuits at Popeyes is dry. He also feels the same way. And y'all's already up in the chat. Let me know how y'all feel about the biscuits at Popeyes. I like the biscuits, but I would say you can only eat one biscuit. If you eat more than one, you gotta do so at your own risk. And when you eat the biscuit, you gotta simultaneously be drinking something. Lady said, look at him. They're gonna make him their boo. You reap what you sow. Oh, lady, I didn't even think about how his time in jail is going to be. Wow, that's a good point. Lady said, look, I don't talk to people crazy or go out of my way to start some trouble in real life. So I'm not gonna do it on here. I'm just chilling like the winner whenever I'm here. Yeah, exactly. Honestly, I don't know how you guys feel, but I feel like life is already complicated. Life is already enough. There is no point for me to go out and start more arguments on top of what I already have going on in life. It's not necessary. But it's gonna be nasty. That's okay. That's all right. And then, the lady said, why would yo look? When y'all go out to these fast food places, be careful. Because it's going down. I played some videos before too where people was doing some crazy stuff. This man got arrested at McDonald's. He got warrants out, called the police on the managers. It be going down to fast food. Okay, those biscuits be good as hell. What Popeyes he talking about? Gotta be one not located in the States. Hey, how are you doing, Elijah? How are you doing? Said people crazy nowadays. They sure are. Mental health is real. That's another thing. When me and Blake said you can't argue with everybody, you never know what people are on. You don't know what type of time that person's on, what their history is, what they've been through, if they're on medication and not taking it. You just don't know. So be prepared. If you go out and knock somebody in the head, they might start busting on you or they might sling one back. Lady said, it's a damn biscuit. Wait, I blame Popeyes. This is the second incident that happened over their food. Remember the chicken sandwiches that went violent or that went violent, taste us dangerous. I don't even remember the sandwich, but I think that I don't know if that was Wendy's or Popeyes. There was a lady who drove her car into the side of the building. Maybe I don't know if it was Popeyes, KFC. She drove her car into the side of the building. There's a lot of crazy stories of fast food. Y'all be careful out here. Yeah. Okay, so lady said they gonna be like, oh Ninja, you like hitting people in the wood? Okay, take this wood. um and like I said, walk light, move swift. Yeah, mind your business. Everybody ain't playing. People was ready to snap out here. And in this case, the homeboy snapped on him. He is talking about the Popeyes biscuits. Okay, so he mentioned that the Popeyes biscuits were good, but I think that he was joking. Because right after that, he played the lady that was like shaking her head. So I don't know if he's joking or not, but we finna see.
Those biscuits be good as hell, but at the same time, they be dry as hell. They will suck all the damn mouth juice out of your damn mouth and your body. Have you looking like a damn crackhead? Anyway.
Okay, he don't like the biscuits. He said he said they will suck all the juice out your mouth. Let's go back. Man, Trey is so funny. That was hilarious. Let's go back. I'm gonna play the whole thing. Okay. He said he liked him at first, but I knew he was joking. And then he said it will suck all the juice out your mouth.
Sure, everybody love and like those biscuits. But I want to ask you all this question before we dig deeper into this story. Have you ever went to Popeyes and ordered some biscuits or some chicken, 2 or 3 pieces, whatever, 10 pieces, and you ate one of those biscuits, and those biscuits were dry as hell? And you must admit to yourself, family, for those who have ate at Popeyes, those biscuits be good as hell, but at the same time, they be dry as hell. They will suck all the damn mouth juice out of your damn mouth and your body. Have you looking like a damn crackhead? Anyway, let's begin.
Biscuits led.
Said they will suck all the juice out your mouth and your body and have you look like a crackhead. These are the same biscuits that these men was fighting over. These are the same burnt biscuits that had them fighting and shooting. Were they that bad then? But he is so funny. He said they will suck all the juice out your body and your mouth and have you looking like a crackhead. Look, I am okay with one Popeyes biscuits, but after today, when I don't know if I want to eat Popeyes biscuits no more because everybody just ain't liking them. Everybody ain't cool with them. And Blaze said, Empress said, another time I ate them biscuits, I almost choked on one. I literally had to drink a gallon of water. Lady said this foul. His car probably be detailed daily, all that food he eating there. Yes, that is I can't not remember his name, but he's a food content creator. He does reviews in his car. Y'all is going in on these biscuits. This is so funny. Okay, so I'm gonna tell y'all this. I have never had church's chicken. We do not have one where I'm at, and I've never had it before. But all my friends tell me from the south I need to try it. Church's Chicken has way better biscuits. And lady said, add honey. And lady said, gotta put honey on them hoes. Y'all, it's serious with food. Ember said, back in the day when I played hockey, we used to use Popeyes biscuits for hockey guys. Yeah. Y'all is going in on these biscuits. She likes them because Popeyes has been around for years and years and years. And I've been doing Uber Eats. Popeyes be popping. Somebody like Popeyes. Who y'all think eating Popeyes? I heard some things about Church's Chicken. But I heard that it's good, and I also heard like a little bit of the backstory. And Empress said we only got one Church's Chicken left in the entire metro area. And then lady said churches never had no shit like this. But after church, you see the line for Sunday dinner. Even when they cook, they need some sides, so they cheat. And Blaze said, "What you do to get up here, young blood? Hurl the Popeyes biscuit at this fool that was pressing me." But I would say this: if you're a woman and you just order Popeyes and you do get somebody trying to attack you, you could use them biscuits as a weapon because they're tough. Like I don't know what type of dough they use. I don't know. It's just different from a real biscuit if you think about it. And then Ember saying, Church's Chicken be so greasy, you need to join OPEC to eat it. Do y'all like Raising Cane's? So y'all not cool with this Popeyes? Some of y'all not cool with Church's Chicken. What do y'all like? Where do y'all eat at? Or do you cook at home? Now, if you're part of the Foodiegang, you better say I cook at home. Okay. Hit the like button and subscribe to 907 Goodies. Shout out to Big Bad Bull for being the sponsor of the show. And we're gonna just have a chill show today. We're gonna kick back, we're gonna laugh. And Lady said that's why I eat Lady Chicken. It's good, non-violent. Look. Okay, so earlier in the show, thank you for bringing this back up. Earlier in the show, I mentioned that someone said to me that they think the stuff that they put in the fast food has people going crazy. Do y'all believe that? Because we're seeing like so many things at fast food, so many incidents, people getting arrested, people getting shot, people getting killed over fast food. And there's been a lot of incidents at McDonald's, a lot of Burger King. Y'all know the Waffle House infamous for whipping on somebody. The co-workers and the employees. I mean, the employees and the customers. Everybody up in Waffle House fighting. Do y'all think that it has something to do with that? Amber said, we do not have Raising Cane's over here. But let's get back into this video and we're going to see what else they have to say.
To bullets fired outside of South Charlotte Popeyes restaurant. One man was shot and it was caught on camera. We're going to freeze the video because it is graphic.
He all up in his face too. Oh, they fighting. He knocked the headset off.
And now, as you all see, family, the victim, he wasn't the victim at first because he was the aggressor. So I'm thinking maybe it was him who burnt those damn biscuits. So once again, like I asked you all in the beginning of the video, who in the hell do you think burnt the biscuits? Was it the shooter, Rodney Wood? Or was it the other manager who had got shot? Or was it another employee? Because we got to find out today who burnt those damn biscuits. Because this man could have lost his damn life. Even though, let's be honest, he hit Rodney Wood first. And also, we understand that Rodney Wood wasn't supposed to have a gun on him. But at the same time, this is why it pays to keep your damn hands to yourself. Let's continue.
It is another example of a simple argument, this one over burnt biscuits, that led to someone being shot. Police say it happened between two managers at this Popeyes here behind me. For the first time, we are seeing different vantage points of a Mother's Day shooting at this South Charlotte Popeyes. Two men seen fighting in the parking lot, then two shots ring out.
And now, as you heard the news say, family, two managers. So I want to ask this Popeyes location right now, who in the hell made these two guys managers? Because if that's y'all managers, you all are in big trouble. But like I told y'all in the beginning of the video, you would think with two managers, that's two damn different brains and whatnot. You mean to tell me that you all could not use y'all brain any better than the fact you want to go outside and fight? How about you just make another damn batch of biscuits? And also, usually when Popeyes make biscuits, they make more than one tray. For all my people who work at Popeyes, please let me know how it goes with the damn biscuits, because we could have looked at it, somebody got killed on camera all over, again, some burnt ass biscuits. That's a damn shame right there. And if this manager would have died, the one who had got shot twice, what would you have told Jesus, sir? You wouldn't know what to tell Jesus other than the fact that, Lord, I'm here. Let's continue.
He was going in the back and was starting arguing with the guy over some burnt biscuits. He took the plate with the burnt biscuits and threw it on the ground.
And now, after hearing that, family, who wouldn't get mad if somebody gonna burn the damn biscuits, and then you also had the nerve to throw the damn biscuits on the ground? Shame on whoever did that. So, once again, who in the hell did this? Was it Rodney? Or was it the other manager who got shot? Or was it another employee? Just the nerve.
Okay. So we got some comments from the chat that we are gonna pull up. Hey, Raj, Will, how are you doing? Welcome to the channel. Let's see what everybody got saying. Yeah, but the Waffle House would be going down. Yes, hit the like button. It is free. Foodiegang. Shout out to Lady. We're so glad Lady's up in here today. We love when we see, our vets, our members, some of the people that was here from the beginning. We love when we see new subscribers. And Lady said, thought they stopped the Waffle House to eat or Applebee's or just only for dates. You know what I heard the Waffle House is doing? Like, you can only get takeout now, is what I heard. I have not investigated myself. This is all alleged. But I heard the Waffle House is only doing like takeout. Blake said, so just fixing a new batch of biscuits wasn't an option. Ron said Popeye's ghetto as fuck. And on Mother's Day, on top of it, yes. I feel like there is just certain holidays and certain days like Christmas, Easter, that you just shouldn't be wilding out or you shouldn't be angry. And so it's crazy. Investigate the biscuits, the temperature settings, laugh like, can we all just eat in peace? But yes, this is crazy. Rodney, you burnt these biscuits again and then just But you know what? It's food, y'all. I'm telling y'all, food is serious. It is not a game. I'm gonna slide this back a little bit, and watch a little bit. Slide it back, slide a step away, and we're gonna get back into it.
Goes with the damn biscuits, because we could have looked at it, somebody got killed on camera all over, again, some burnt ass biscuits. That's a damn shame right there. And if this manager would have died, the one who had got shot twice, what would you have told Jesus, sir? You wouldn't know what to tell Jesus other than the fact that, Lord, I'm here. Let's continue.
He was going in the back and was starting arguing with the guy over some burnt biscuits. He took the plate with the burnt biscuits and threw it on the ground.
And now, after hearing that, family, who wouldn't get mad if somebody gonna burn the damn biscuits, and then you also had the nerve to throw the damn biscuits on the ground? Shame on whoever did that. So, once again, who in the hell did this? Was it Rodney? Or was it the other manager who got shot? Or was it another employee? Just the nerve of some people to sit there, number one, burn the damn food up, and then when we have a few words going back and forth, you got the nerve to want to throw the damn biscuits on the floor. Who wouldn't get mad and let off some shots? Let's just keep it real. Let's continue.
Moments later, in this dash camera video, you can see the two men walk out of the Popeyes. Then another eyewitness captured the victim throw punches first.
The fact that these biscuits even got to this point of them walking outside is crazy. Do you think that drugs were involved in this? Do you guys feel like they had other disputes besides these biscuits? Like, it's crazy. It's almost unbelievable that biscuits led up to this. It's like, I feel like there's a piece of the story that we're not getting, that we're not hearing.
Then the suspect pulled a gun and fired.
And now for all my people who go to these restaurants, to these fast food locations, it don't matter if it's a 5-star restaurant or a regular fast food location. Anytime you see two managers or two employees or an employee and a manager having words, and then both of them say, let's go outside, chances are they're about to fight. Now listen here, if you're not going to break the fight up, at least record the fight so we can see what's really going on. At least do that for us, just in case we have to make.
Hey, you know what? Everybody got their phones these days. You already out here. You already watching. You ain't gonna stop it. So why can't you get your phone out and record it so we get real footage in case there is a crime that does occur during that moment, and so we can all talk about it in mercy. Just go ahead and get the footage. Please don't be a bad cameraman. Don't yell World Star Hip Hop in the background. Don't be yelling World Star. Don't even talk. Try to keep your breathing down to the minimum so that when we're watching the video, we're not hearing a lot of breathing in the background. And lady said that was Lil Rod's last strike too. Fired over some damn biscuits. All you had to do was watch the temp set Lil Rod. Chain they wiggling on the floor. Let me grab a band-aid. I cannot believe that this got to this. There had to be a female involved in here. Maybe they had the same chick. Maybe they had the same baby mama. Ain't no way it was just these biscuits. I don't believe it.
I mean, North Carolina. This what we doing now?
My bad, y'all. I just noticed that it wasn't on screen. Let me slide it back a little bit. I was watching by myself.
Fight. Now listen here. If you're not going to break the fight up, at least record the fight so we can see what's really going on. At least do that for us, just in case we have to make a story or raise a GoFundMe for somebody who lost their life over something so petty and stupid. That's a damn shame, you all. I mean, North Carolina. This what we doing now?
Seconds later, this angle shows the suspected gunman walks back into the restaurant as those inside scurry around, some ducking. Nobody else was hurt.
And now, family, I want you all to pay attention to.
See, this is the part that is going to get him in serious trouble because you have a firearm around all of these people. And after you shot off the firearm, you walked into the restaurant. Now what they're going to say is that you not only shot this man, but now you're terrorizing other people at the restaurant. Not to mention, this is a bad look for Popeyes. I wondered if they issued a statement that they fired these two workers. What is Popeyes going to say? But this man needs to go to jail. Definitely needs the anger management class. We need to check his blood, see if he has any substances in there, see, you know what I'm saying, what's going on, because something ain't right. Something ain't right. Emperor said, I got 3 words for you and you're through. Definitely both men are definitely getting fired. He went on, Lady said he went on break when he put the biscuits in, smoke break, got too high, forgot, and still served them. That's kind of what it sounds like. That's what it sounds like. And if you have ever worked in the kitchen before, or if you work there now, you know that smoke breaks are very important in the kitchen. A lot of people will even start smoking just so that they can get a break. The only time you really get breaks in the kitchen is if you smoke. But for me, y'all gonna give me a break no matter what. Y'all not gonna play me. I'm not the one. You're not gonna work me, all super hard, pay me a little, and tell me I gotta work with no breaks. Come on now. They gave me a break. They wouldn't to it. Don't play. But lady done figured it out. So they need to come over here to 907 Goodies. We do the whole investigation for them. Laugh a lot, imp. You got me starting. Let me stop. For Little Rod Rider manager. Huh? Break up. Nah, Maurice is working security. I'm making the coleslaw. Look, I do the chicken tenders. Ooh, and the red beans and rice. Do y'all like those new Popeyes chicken sandwiches? Do y'all like those? I think I had it like one time before. Yeah, check the cameras who was on Biscuits. But let's be real here. These workers who don't even feel like they make a living wage as it is, they don't care. They don't care. Sometimes, in my opinion, they don't even be washing their hands like that. They don't care about your food. This is the difference between someone that's making your food with love and someone that's making your food just to get by. Oh, yes, they're absolutely getting fired, and they are my skin tone. These Popeyes is finna sever all ties with them. They are not helping those people at all. They're finna distance themselves from them. You gotta be acting right out here. You can't be doing all this. And then you shooting over a job at Popeyes. You didn't even have that good of a job in the first place. You don't have that good of a job, and clearly you out here kind of struggling a little bit. Cause you grown. They look pretty grown. I don't remember if they said their ages or not, but you working at Popeyes. This job is not worth shooting nobody over. Ain't that serious? This reminds me of those employees that act like they own the place and try to tell you what to do, even though they are your equal and not your boss. This is what this reminds me of. But they were managers, but they wasn't managing the staff. They need it's that's another thing. How did they even become managers with this type of conflict resolution? What did you see in them? I find it hard to believe that they were upsetting workers. But somebody said in the comments earlier. Let me go to the comments. Somebody said it, and this is what he said. I'm going to put favorite this comment so I can keep it. Okay, here we go. Will said Popeyes ghetto AF. That's what it is. Because how are the managers going outside and boxing and shooting each other? What? I'm scared as far as what the rest of the staff was like. And y'all, you know how Popeyes already got dry biscuits? They was burning them at this location. Yeah, y'all not making my chicken. You're not making my food. I don't trust y'all. Y'all probably were back there making TikToks while y'all making my food anyway. And Empress said these fast food workers complaining when they start making more than the auto plant started out. I feel like some people are just the loudest complainers. And the fast food workers just seem to be complaining the loudest. Blake said, man, people were getting the Sonic rings knocked out of them too over those Popeye chicken sandwiches. Boondocks got it right. How do these cartoons be knowing the future? It's crazy. Are we as humans that predictable? But let's get back into this. Let's see what Trey got to say.
Attention to the dining room area. Did you all see how those people scurried around like they say up there in North Carolina? Did you see those people trying to get the hell out of Dodge when Rodney Wood walked his ass back inside Popeyes? And I wouldn't even sat there and waited that damn long because I'm like this. Soon as I would have heard the first gunshot, guess what? I would have been hauling ass up out of that damn down room. Y'all can say what y'all want to say, but I'm gonna tell you this though. Even though I would have been trying to leave up out of there in a hurry, I wouldn't have left that damn.
Oh, he came back in the restaurant, and that's where he shot him at? What? Now that's wild. Yeah. That was a man that was done. And all these Popeyes around here don't even give you everything you ordered. If you order a 12-piece bucket, you'll be lucky to get 6 pieces. Look. Okay, so you know when you go to fast food, you go to like McDonald's or whatever, and they pass you your order through the window. I will sit there in the drive-thru and check my whole order because I cannot tell you how many times from fast food when I eat it, rare. You order something, you don't get everything, and then the line for the drive-thru is so long and you're rushing to work. Check your order before you drive off. Don't be like, oh, I gotta hurry because they're behind me. Forget them people. This your money. This your food. This your meal. Y'all better get it right. And shout out to Emperor. Emperor is not cool with Popeyes, okay? Yeah, I checked my order right there in the line. I don't care who behind me. And then they be trying to close it up. No, don't close it up. Open it up. Let me see. Let me count my chicken nuggets. Make sure you put them all there. Because look, I be trying it out here. No, don't close the bag. Let me see what's in there. Just trying to hide. And you better give me all my change back. And Popeye's out here taxing the whole community. Rodney needs his cut off of that bucket. But one thing we'll say is Popeyes is popping. Somebody eating Popeyes. Somebody is eating it. Somebody like them hockey puck dry biscuits. They probably eat them once, twice a week. Somebody like them biscuits.
Damn chicken, I bet you that. Anyway, let's go and close up.
Seconds later, the suspect was seen walking out and away from the restaurant. Police caught up to him nearby, arresting 22-year-old Rondi Wood.
Okay, here we have it. He is 22 years old. Does this man look like he didn't do it? He kind of looks like he may have had something going on. You know, people being all type of things online. He was 22, or did they say 22 or 23? I'm gonna have to go back and clarify, but he's in his early 20s. He went inside and like, Popeye's got cameras, right? What are you doing? One time I checked my whole order in the drive-thru. Chick refused to open the window. I had to pull that Roscoe out. She opened it up quick and fixed my order. Bro, one time that happened to me, Emperor. I think I was at Wendy's, right? And I went through the line, ordered, got my food. She handed me my bag. Something was missing. And I said, hey. And I was waving my hand like this, right? So she could see me. And she was acting like she couldn't see me. She finally came, and it's like, girl, why you just gonna hand my food and just walk off? Where are you going? This is your job to stand here. Where exactly are you going? Anyway. But yeah, she tried to play me. Yeah, they see, one thing at fast food, you can't be quiet. You gotta speak up because they were trying to play you real quick. But yeah, he looks like he definitely did it. I don't know what that mark is on his face. I don't know why he is so mad. It's like he just looks very mad. Like him and that guy probably have some beef already. Like there ain't no way.
Up to him nearby, arresting 22-year-old Rondi Wood. He's charged with attempted murder. The victim shot twice, but is currently alive.
And now, family, in closing, just like
What? He got attempted murder? But no, I was supposed to go back and see how old he was. Dang! What? See? You have a job one day, next day you facing time, facing charges. Crazy.
Wait, let's go and close up.
Seconds later, the suspect was seen walking out and away from the restaurant. Police caught up to him nearby, arresting 22-year-old Rondi Wood. He's charged with attempted murder. The victim shot twice, but is currently alive.
And now, family, in closing, just like a few days ago, the story I did out of Mississippi where we have a woman who robbed a Dollar General and then decided to come back the very next day for her cell phone. And if you have not seen that video, please go check it out. Now, on that video, the news reporter pronounced.
Now that is crazy, but this is the Trey King show here on YouTube. He has a lot of great videos and great content. And you know, once in a while he will kind of like report on something like at a fast food place. And when it has something to do with food, I will, you know, do the story too, but everything we just learned was absolutely wild. Absolutely wild. We are going to go on an intermission. When we come back, we will talk about everything that we saw. We'll talk about what we got going on for the rest of the week. And I'm gonna read y'all comments and crazy. Okay, y'all. See y'all in a All right, y'all. We are back. We are back. Thank y'all for holding on. The kiddo just woke up, so I had to get her some food situated. Okay, so time for tea at 9:07 goodies. I am so mad because I just realized I forgot to grab my water. But time for tea at 9:07 good eats. Today we're talking about Bossman Dlow exposed and coworker shot over burnt biscuits at Popeyes. It has been an explosive show. Hit the like button, subscribe, and share this video. Keep the stove on by sending a super chat with your thoughts. Stars on Facebook, super sticker, and all that good stuff. And also follow me on my social media platforms. And we're going to do a special shout out to Big Bad Bull coming through with 25 memberships equaling $75 on YouTube. You know what I'm saying? Keeping that stove on so that we can continue time for tea and we can continue, doing what we do here on 907 Goodies. Shout out to Facebook also and my food group on Facebook. If y'all don't know, you ain't been to the group, you are missing out. I want to see if Popeyes has issued a statement or not a statement or a response to the allegations with the men. And let me look at something really quick. This incident was 3 days ago. So I'm curious to see if they have issued a statement or they just been quiet. What is going on? And Empress said in response to the girl that didn't get him his food, he said they called the cops. Cops came out. They described me. The cop around here knows me. They told her, "Well, you should have had his SHIT fixed right the first time." Okay, Empress said he got pulled. And Blake said here in Georgia, attempted deletion can get you up to 20 years behind bars. That's another thing that we talk about. This was a young man in his early 20s. How much time is he going to get? And they're charging him with attempted murder. I thought it would be like, well, he did shoot him in the chest and the groin. I think that has a large part of why they are charging it as they are, because that's pretty extreme. Okay, I'm looking on Google right now to see if there's anything that I can find. About if Popeyes released a statement or did anything like that. Let us see what's going on out here. And yes, thank you so much, Lady. This is why Lady is one of the moderators here. If you're a moderator on YouTube, thank you so much for all that you guys do. When we do live streams like this, we don't get a lot of trolls. When we are in the kitchen and we are cooking, we be having a lot of trolls. So thank you guys so much for always being on troll watch. And then also if I'm in the kitchen and I'm cooking, I'm not really able to like watch the chat like I would love to. So thank you guys so much for like being the eyes. And Lady said, please leave a comment in the comments when this live ends all the way out. When will we be live again? We used to be on a schedule, but you see, lady, we love you over here, lady. Okay. I am planning to be live tomorrow again with Time for Tea. I may take Wednesday off, but I'll let y'all know. But I plan to be back here tomorrow around the same time with time for tea. This week, Ava doesn't have gymnastics at all. So this never happens. She doesn't have gymnastics because they're switching over to the summer schedule. So huh? I have to the gym to get ready. And she said they have to clean the gym to get ready. Y'all, she's back here. So she doesn't have gymnastics. So I'm gonna try to be up here the whole week. Now, I might miss a day. Don't quote me on that. Have your notifications turned on. Yeah. I figure like if I'm at home, I got time. I might as well just boot this up, find something for us to talk about. We gonna hang out. Okay, I found this article. We will see if they tell us anything different in this article. I'm going to share my screen to pull this up. And this is People magazine. Yes, he was pretty young. That is another thing that I find is so heartbreaking. We are seeing a lot of young people get very, very serious charges. Like, it's sad. It's crazy. You know what I'm saying? Like seeing people really, really young getting very, very serious charges. And you gotta think if you get a charge like that, you're gonna get a lot of years. By the time you get out, you're probably gonna be a grown man. And then, in my opinion, when you get 18, like they say you're an adult when you turn 18. Mentally, though, I do feel like people take longer to develop. So in your early 20s, to me, you're not all the way grown. You got the numbers, but you don't got like the wisdom. You don't really know how to move like that. So he is going to essentially grow up in prison because of the actions that he did. You know what I'm saying? And that's sad. Okay, let me get the situation. Okay, so I found an article. We're gonna see if they tell us anything new here in this particular article. Let me get this pulled up. Okay, while we do that, y'all go ahead and hit that like button. Okay, I'm gonna take this down. See if I can make this a little bit bigger. All right. Let us read this article and see if they have anything in here that we really don't already know, or if we learn anything. Let us see. I'm trying to get the right thing up here. That's right there. Okay, there we go. Okay, Popeyes manager in North Carolina allegedly shot a coworker in a dispute over burned biscuits, which is what we've been talking about. See, I have to take this off of here. That's what we've been talking about. That's how he looks. That's Popeyes right there. I be hating when you want some of these websites and they have so many different things popping up. Okay, so it happened on May 11th. They said it was Mother's Day. Okay, Rodney Wood was 22, has since been arrested and charged with attempted first-degree murder and assault with a deadly weapon. I'm telling you, I feel like because he walked into that Popeyes with the gun, I feel like that's why they amped up his charges. But that is my opinion. I am not a lawyer. But I definitely feel like these men already have some sort of history. There is no way that this one incident got into all this. In court documents, authorities say that video taken from the scene allegedly shows Wood discharging his firearm twice at point blank range. Ooh, he had it out for that man. They have not released the name of the victim. And it does seem like he survived, which is, but that is Popeyes. I wonder if I can make this bigger. That is Popeyes with gunshot markers on the outside. That's crazy. But yes, lady, they have something else going on. There ain't no way that these biscuits ended in pow, pow, pow. You know what I'm saying? And then Wood allegedly ran from the Popeyes after the shooting, but authorities found him shortly after in the same shopping center as the restaurant. And he did run, but he didn't even run far. It's like he just gave up. It's like he just gave up, you know? It's like he just gave up. But mental health is real out here. Okay, however, authorities said that Wood failed to articulate a credible imminent threat of deadly force necessary to support a self-defense claim under state law, per the affidavit obtained by the outlet. I know Wood did not try to say this was self-defense, because that's crazy. And they were both managers at the Popeyes location. And this man was in his 20s and he was already a manager. He was 22 and was a manager at Popeyes. I question why they gave him that job. But maybe he was a good worker. Maybe he was a good worker and a bad person. Okay, so he allegedly told the authorities that his coworker had punched him in the face 3 times once they stepped outside and claimed that he fired 2 warning shots that were not intended to be fatal. And lady said, let me read this out loud. Let me get this pulled up. Lady said, "Hi, Ava. I heard her." Yes, Ava is back here on the couch. That's why we went on a break recently. I had to get her some breakfast together. She got her little bonnet on. Ava's her cast is coming off this week. She's excited. She has been counting down the days. After they take her cast off, they're gonna give her a boot. But she is so happy. Right, Ava? She is so happy to have that boot. She is looking forward to it. Because then it's like she can walk around, you know what I'm saying? She still have something, but the boot is better than crutches. So Ava back here chilling though. Yes, that lady said that bonnet, Old Faithful, and hand clap on the recovery. What happened again, sis? Yeah, she hurt her foot on the springboard. I am not a gymnast. I just heard the story from Ava. Sounds like when she jumped on it, her foot got caught underneath it. Ava, where you going? Where you going, Ava? You come and tell us the story? But yes, you girl. So I have been on mommy nurse duty for the last like 2 weeks. And it's been a lot, but we've been getting it done. And Ava is so happy because during this time that she's hurt, I'm not making her do her chores. And I have this thing on, Ava, so you can't move. Say hi. Hi. Yeah, so you can't move because it'll take you away if you moves. So I have not been making her do her chores while she's been hurt. I've been cleaning her room and I need to clean it up some more. That's another thing I need to do today. Clean up. And lady said, "Oh, beautiful. Yes, Ava." And even while she is on crutches, Ava, they said, "Come back." Oh, yes, my sister Kiki braids hair and she actually did Ava's hair. Ava, okay, come stand right here. Perfect. She braids really good and she actually did Ava's hair.
She was like this to me.
But Ava says she braids so hard. Oh, you know what? Ava had her bonnet on before, but Ava know how. I'm Ava's mom. When we go outside, we don't wear bonnets, right, Ava? Some people wear bonnets to school though. It's weird, but we don't wear bonnets outside.
Yes,
And it's a ponytail in the back.
yes, we do. Yes, we do.
We don't wear bonnets outside, right?
Yes,
No, we don't.
Yeah.
No, we don't.
Yes, we do. Yes, we do. Yes, we do. Yes, we do. We do. We do. Don't listen to her. We do. We do. Yeah, don't listen to her. Yeah, yeah. I'm correct. So that's why you.
Yeah, Ava don't wear a bonnet. Like when Ava does her videos for YouTube, there was only one where she had a bonnet on, and we were doing a video, a tooth fairy video, and she was laying in the bed. And when we put our bonnets on so that we could be in character, but that's it. Stop, girl, I know where your hands been. Yeah. Ava, look. Now, if I push her and she falls, I'm the bad person because she's on crutches. Well, y'all see her, she messing with me, right?
No. What are you talking about? I don't know what you're talking about. I don't know what you're talking about.
It's just a ponytail on the back. You know, Ava keeps turning around. Is that possible?
No, that's not possible.
It's just a ponytail on the back, lady. Ava would turn around and she had 2 legs, but she got 3 legs right now.
3 legs, 3 legs.
Ava, tell us what has been your biggest hurdle to overcome.
This.
What is this?
Crunches and casts.
What in the cast and crunches was the hardest for you to overcome?
Falling down.
I would say for me, I think it was the stairs for her. We live on the 2nd floor, and she's figured it out now. She'll sit down and scoot down and then hop up. But when we first got the cast of it was a splint, and she had her crutches. Going down the stairs was very. We had a whole episode, right, Ava?
And
Ava was mad at me. I was mad at her. Yeah. But now we've kind of figured it out.
Fall down the stairs.
No, I didn't.
Yes, you did. You told me to go one leg and have my crunches be like this, and I'll be like this, and then you told me to go down, and then I went down, and then I fell down.
And Ava's doing this thing where it's like everything is my fault right now.
No.
She acts like I went and broke her foot or something. And then lady said, did she cry? You know what? When she had the accident at gymnastics, she was just like, I fell and kind of brushed off and kept going. It was the next day where she was like, okay, I'm really hurting. But she didn't cry or nothing like that. And no, Kiki did not do my locks. I actually did my own hair, you guys.
No, she doesn't. No, she doesn't.
Let me show you.
No, she does not. This hair was from her.
See, I be doing my own locks. Ava be hating on me. I be doing Ava's hair too, but she got a big head.
You got a bigger head too.
But yeah, I do my own hair actually.
No.
Someone was like, "Who did your hair?" I was like, "I did it myself." You know what? If you can do your own hair, do your own hair. If you want to go to the shop, go to the shop. It's totally up to you.
Then.
Ava asked me that, and I was offended. Let me tell you why I was offended. You have all these people in your family that know how to do hair, and you asked me to go to the shop.
Yeah, because it doesn't hurt that bad.
We were offended. Me and all her aunties, we were offended. We was like, what?
Yeah, because all you guys do it hardly, and then the people who didn't do it are not. Ew.
Ava needs to be appreciative, but yes, we'll be doing her hair. But you guys subscribe to Ava's Playtime. Ava, do you want to tell us about your YouTube channel?
No, I'm good.
Okay, well then that's it for your airtime. Okay, Ava has a YouTube channel, Ava's Playtime. There we go, right there. We are working on getting all the videos for her gymnastics competitive season. After the season, she competed as a level 2.
And then I moved up to level 3, but I got a shirt as level 2, and it said MVP.
Oh, yes, Ava. Okay, so remember I told y'all on Saturday we had the banquet? Well, after the banquet, they do awards. And Ava's award that she got was the MVP for the whole level 2. And Ava's so sweet. She was like, Mom,
What is it? MVP? And then like,
so I had to explain it to her. I'm like, she was just so happy to win something. My baby was so happy to win something.
wait, where's the shirt? So I can show it.
I think it's in the car. I have to show it to y'all another time. Be on the lookout at Ava's Playtime. Ava, she ain't going nowhere. And the world class said, oh, the baby. Look, Ava's been a little meanie on these crutches.
And you know what? No.
Yes.
At least I didn't kick you with that. Pop. Pop, pop, pop.
But yes, she is about to get her boot. She's really happy.
Walking.
Her walking boot.
Well, it's cold.
Ava, what's the first thing you're gonna do when you get your walking boot?
I'm gonna do a flip, and I'm gonna do a back walk first.
In your walking boot?
Yeah. I'm gonna do a flip and we'll say, ha ha, that's what you get. I'm gonna yeah.
And then Ava, tell them what you did the other day at practice with your cast. She was so happy.
A cartwheel.
She did the cartwheel in the cast. I was like, what? She be on the bars at gymnastics. Ava be determined. She is not giving up. Okay. Lady said MVP stands for most valuable princess.
It means most valuable person on the team.
Most valuable player, but you don't like princess, Ava?
I'm not doing anything.
But yeah, she got an award for most valuable player, and she was so happy. And I was explaining to her what MVP means because one thing we don't realize is like our kids are learning stuff, so we have to teach them all these things. And I was like, Ava, it means that you're the most important person on the team and that the team needs you. That's what it means. But yes, for children's content, subscribe to her YouTube channel. Ava, do you have any final thoughts or final words you want to say?
So that means that's like basically I have the most first places in the team.
I don't know about that. Oh, and then there's other thing that they do. They do like clubs for like all your high scores. You were in the 9.5 club, right? Or the 9.0 club?
There's only,
I think,
yeah, 9.5 club.
she was in the 9.5 club, meaning that the average of her scores
And I didn't.
was 9.5 out of 10. And they said, Ava went out there and tore them up this season, right?
And then I'm going to do that again. I'm going to get all my skills for level 3. And then I'm going to do the best I can in level 3. And then I'm going to win every single shit.
Yeah. And you know what? Ava was kind of sad because she's seeing the other girls get stuff. And she's, with the cast. And I said, Ava, everybody's path is different. Everybody got, you know what I'm saying? Like, where they are is not where you are. You can be hurt and get up here and come back and have a great season. And no matter what, you're only 8 years old. It's really not that serious. Babe, I'm gonna get back to my show, girl. I'm gonna close it out. Uh, and then it's gonna be me and Ava's time. And the world. Okay, so yesterday, y'all know I don't be in no mess, but I got caught up in some mess. All right, go back to doing what you were doing. Ava, do you have anything that you want to leave us with? I think Ava likes this green screen or like this little virtual background she call it. She likes it, and that's why she over here so much.
No.
When I be giving Ava kisses, she be like, "Okay, that's enough." Say, dang, Ava.
No.
She be saying all that because she wants them. Okay. Yesterday I was chopping some mess. I went to No Captivity with Freezy. There's some stuff that went on. World Class said he's gonna go live about what happened yesterday. Okay. So y'all subscribe to his YouTube channel. Stop by if you like that type of content. You know what, World Class? I was watching it back. I watched it back this morning, the clips. I was like, it was weird. It was like when I first saw it, I watched like probably a minute or two and I went up. They were not arguing. I think when I was stuck in the queue fixing my headline or something, that's when everything happened because I'm like, I don't remember them doing all this before I came up. Because I would not have come up. Y'all know I don't be in the drama. And the lady said, we not done? No. Oh, you mean us? Oh, we're not done. We're still going over the article. um What happened was I was trying to support No Captivity with Freezy, which is a great content creator. He works so hard. And I really love the No Cap crew and everything that goes on. Well, not everything that goes on over there, but I like the atmosphere, the environment. So when I hopped onto the show, things went wild. Um Yeah, y'all gotta tune in to No Captivity with Freezy and watch the replay. It's like the last 30 minutes of the 12-hour live stream. He went live for 24 hours. I feel like when you stream that long, people gonna be beefing. And World Class is finna go over it on his channel. And the World Class is gonna break it down for y'all. Lady. Yeah, I feel like it was a little bit like fatigue for being on live for so long. But it was, I don't know. And then Emperor got the link here. You guys subscribe to No Captivity with Freezy. He be working so hard out here. And that's why, like, if I have time when I see him on live, I'll try to go over there and support, whether that's me being in the chat or me joining the panel. Lady said, what happened? Lady. Why are you trying to get me in the mess? Okay? Why are you trying to get me in the mess? I don't want to talk about nobody. And I honestly, before I got up there, I didn't watch a ton of it. So I'm kind of learning everything like after the fact. The World Class probably would be a better person to tell the story because he was there the whole time and he know what happened. Me, I don't really know what was going on like that. Okay. Shots Emperor came through with the play-by-play. Lady Nevo, Freezy cuts JP clean, smooth out, and Rooster too. Lady said she wants the timestamp. And shout out to Lady. I met her on No Captivity with Freezy. We love No Captivity with Freezy over here. We don't like nobody playing with anybody's channel if you are a hard worker. And make sure you guys subscribe to Emperor's Gaming channel. He said, I am the Lord of the moderators, the hardest working man in all of YouTube and in real life. I know that's right. I know that's right. Yes, it is the last 20 or 30 minutes of that live stream. It was crazy. Y'all, it's so wild here on YouTube. We just cook and we just talk about people. Sometimes we time for tea, but we respect other content creators because it's hard being a content creator. So, we're gonna get back into this article. Shout out to Big Bad Bull for being the sponsor of the show. So, what Wood is alleging is that he fired two warning shots that were not intended to be fatal. So he never wanted to harm. He never wanted to harm the other guy. He wanted to send off two warning shots. If you hit me in my groin and in my chest, that does not feel like a warning shot to me. That feels like you was trying to take me out. Just straight up. Don't feel like a warning shot. Don't even sound like one. Um, People reached out to the county sheriff office for comment on Saturday, May 17th, but didn't receive an immediate response. His bond is set for $50,000. And let's read the comments. People need to find better ways to control their anger. Using fixed weapons as a means to get your point across never ends well. By the way, I'm pretty sure the root of this argument wasn't about the biscuits, they were coworkers. Amen, amen. That's exactly what I'm saying. This did not have to do with biscuits. There was more involved in this story. Like, there's just no way. Shout out to Imprint. I'm gonna read y'all comments out here in the chat. We're gonna get back into the whole drama. But the world class will have a better, like, he'll summarize what happened better because he was there like long before the argument, and I was just, here, in and out this weekend because I'll have so much to do. Carrie said, "Their biscuits aren't even good. Had it been KFC's biscuits, that would have been a different story." That is so true. Like, y'all fighting over some nasty dry biscuits that you burnt. Just remake them. It's not your money. In all honesty, I think Popeyes biscuits are kind of dry. This whole situation would make more sense if it was Texas Roadhouse and someone burned the bread rolls. Yo, Texas Roadhouse, their bread, their rolls with that cinnamon butter, and the biscuits and the rolls be hot. That cinnamon butter is so good. So good. Kayla said, I laughed way too hard at this. So there y'all have it with the whole situation with the Popeyes, the burnt biscuits. The guy was in his late 20s. The other gentleman doesn't seem, he did not lose his life, which is a blessing because to lose your life over something so frivolous like this, frivolous like this is a shame. Okay, and Rooster was in on the beef too at Freezy's. Y'all, I got up there on the panel. I said, "What the heck?" When I just walked into. I'm definitely gonna be in some clips for sure. Y'all gonna see me in some clips, but I didn't. I was confused. Rooster be coming over on Izzy's, falsely accusing Esmeralda of timing him out and deleting his comments. I hate that ish. That's my fam. Of course, I thought I had to hit him up, check on him. Yes, you can tell when certain people get in arguments how passionate they are about the subject. If you don't care about something, you're not going to argue about it. If you don't care about something, you're not going to be mad. But when it comes to somebody's YouTube channel and how much work they have put in over the years, putting in long nights, early mornings, grinding, even when nobody is watching and when somebody is watching, that's personal. When you come to somebody's channel, that's like coming to somebody's home. And that's why, like, for me, when I go to other people's channels, I'm always respectful because I feel like I'm going into your home. That's what you have built. You don't need me on your panel. It should be a privilege to even be on somebody's panel, but everybody don't see it that way. Emperor said, Freezy basically said to JP what we have all been wanting to say for years. Y'all got more patience than me because the block game heavy over here on 907 Goodies. We ain't playing that much. Years? No, I ain't got that much time. I got a couple of minutes. And you're through. And that's why I stay back a lot. Me too, lady. I think that's why a lot of the women stay back and mind our business. Um, yes, Emperor, No Captivity with Freezy does a Discord Bible study on Saturdays before the StreamYard kicks off. And I wasn't able to make this Saturday, but the Saturdays that I do make, every time I hear the word, it's like it be right on time. It's like, dang, did you know what I was going through in my life? Yes, Emperor is the mod father over here on YouTube. He be doing this thing. He be doing this thing. Okay. We're going to be back tomorrow. I'm not sure what we're going to talk about, but I'm going to be back around this same time. And I'm going to try to get that live set up here, like before the day ends. Get some topics for tomorrow. We'll see what else is going on. Okay, some of the things that we've been talking about Tory Lanez. We talked about Lil Wayne last week. There was somebody else we talked about last week that I cannot remember. Let me go back in my files. Okay, here we go. Here, okay. Okay. I forgot it was Chris Brown. We talked about Chris Brown. He was arrested in Manchester and denied bond. I am sure there will be updates in that case, and I'll keep my ear to the streets and I'll bring them to you. And then the Tory Lanez. Remember, he was stabbed 14 times in prison, and his legal team and his father are alleging that Megan's people / Rock Nation did it. So I'm curious, and they're asking for Tory Lanez to be pardoned by the President of the United States or by the Governor of California. So that was all last week. I'm sure we'll be hearing some updates on the Tory Lanez story. Chris Brown, it is not looking good for him. It is not looking good for Chris Brown. They are going to keep him in custody until his trial day, I believe, in June or July. It's not looking good for Chris Brown. They're not playing with him over in the UK. I will be very surprised if he even gets bond. And when you get locked up overseas, you got to keep in mind that the way we do it here in America and the way they do it overseas is going to be different. And Big Bad Bull said, what did Chris Brown do? A whole lot. A whole lot. Do y'all got time? Y'all want me to play that video? In 2023, he assaulted a music producer in a nightclub, hit him over the head with a bottle of, this is all allegedly and according with the reports. I do not know because it's still the open case and I wasn't there. But they are alleging. Let me get the disclaimer. They are alleging that Chris Brown hit a music producer over the head in 2023 with a bottle of Don Julio, and then he stomped them out. Homeboy tried to run. Chris Brown ran after him and continued the assault. That was in 2023. Flash forward. Do I say that word right? Is it flash forward? Am I saying that word right? To 2025. He has a world tour that is going to kick off in the Netherlands. And he flew into, that's going to kick off in the Netherlands, I believe in June, with some locations set to be in London and in Manchester. I don't know if his people didn't check or what. I don't know how they didn't know he had a warrant out for his arrest. I don't know. He flew into Manchester and they said, you thought you was finna beat up one of us and get away? We got something for you. And they threw him in jail. And then Chris Brown tried to get out of jail, right? And they said, you ain't going nowhere. You going right back in here. I put up this video on TikTok with the prison van that drove Chris Brown back to the jail. Y'all, this van was going so fast. It didn't make no sense. Lady said, pray for Tory and Chris Brown. Just say no, drugs is bad. I mean, what else was it? Okay, so I was watching No Captivity with Freezing and a lot of other YouTubers that covered this story. What I have heard is that Chris Brown is allegedly on drugs really, really bad. One thing that we can say is Chris Brown has a history of violence and assaulting people. Okay, lady said play the video. In 2023, he now in jail. Wow, to the justice. This happened in the UK. This is why even if a lot of people will report on a story, I will still cover it because there may be people who did not hear the story when it first came out or when it first broke. Okay, I have the video here from the Chris Brown. I still have the video. I'm going to get that pulled up and they're going to talk a little bit about. I'm going to play the shorter one that I have. Yes, this happened in the UK, and this video was 3 days ago that I'm going to play you guys. Everything that I'm talking about here is very, very recent. And if something is old, I will tell you guys that it's old. I always try to give you guys timestamps so that we can kind of understand like the timeline of events and understand what's really going on. And Empress said, yeah, this happened in the UK. He had an open warrant out for him, and the fool went back over there, shaking my damn head. They probably was like this. You thought you was going to beat one of us up, skip out for 2 years, and come back and make bread on our people? We got something for you. A lot of people were saying in the comments that when they stamped his visa, they knew what it was. They knew they were about to arrest him. Well, let me get this video pulled up, y'all. So let me just y'all, this is why I like time for tea, because I be talking a lot and I can get all my talking out. I can say what I want to say. You don't gotta be interrupted, overrun by a troll. We can just chill, you know what I'm saying? Okay, this is the video. Let me get the disclaimer up here. And I'm going to come back and read y'all comments. Hit the like button. Support the show. Shout out to Big Bad Bull for being the sponsor of today's show with the 25 memberships. Y'all support the channel. Support the channel. We are on Cash App. Love Foodiegang 59, I believe is the Cash App. But you know how they always say like women be going overseas and they be yelling or doing something unlawful and then they get locked up. Well, that's what happened here to Chris Brown. He went overseas acting a fool and they said, we got something for you.
Grammy-winning singer Chris Brown's upcoming tour now thrown into question as a British judge has just ordered him held in custody while facing allegations that he beat a music producer with a bottle in a London nightclub in 2023. The 36-year-old appeared in Manchester court to face one count of causing grievous bodily harm and was held until his next hearing, June 13th, in London. That's the same day that he's due to take the stage over in Germany on the third date of his world tour.
Now, his next court date is on the third day of his tour, and he's supposed to be in Germany. I read in the comments. I don't know if this is true because I am not familiar with UK law. Somebody said in the comments though that he can get life in prison for this, and I said, "What?" I don't know if that's true, how true that is, but that's what they said. But we're gonna see.
Or the judge rejecting Brown's bail request after the prosecutor said the crime was, quote, extremely serious. Brown was on tour in the UK in February 2023 when he launched an unprovoked attack on that producer, striking him several times with a bottle at the Tape nightclub in the swanky Mayfair neighborhood that's over in London, according to officials there. Brown then apparently chased that producer and punched and kicked him in an attack caught on surveillance camera in front of a club full of people. Again, this is according to prosecutors and other officials in that area. Defense attorney Grace Forbes arguing that the American performer was not a flight risk and should be released. Brown was flanked by court officers.
Now, we all know that's a lie. How is he not a flight risk when he's been missing in action for 2 years? That doesn't even make sense. Chris Brown has money. He can fly up out of there anytime. But I just want to say one thing. When I told y'all the story, were my facts not correct? Okay? Your girl ain't gonna tell y'all no lies. And if I do say something that is not right, I'm gonna come back here and clear it up. This is not that big of a deal. We are humans. Sometimes humans get it wrong. And in this case, Chris Brown got it wrong. And like I said, well, hopefully the time locked up, he can clear his system and practice the apology we will hear. He had 2 years to clean it up, lady. He just may need to go to jail. And honestly, the U.S. should have threw him in jail a long time ago for some of the things that he has done to some of the people out here. In my opinion, he should have been in jail a minute ago. But when you have money, money talks. But the UK don't care about that. The UK don't care about that. Yeah. But my thing is, lady, why did his people not see the warrant when they were getting, permits, licensing, and they were setting up the tour? They did it in sometimes these entertainers will go to retired police, they'll go to the police department and ask for security for their event. When they did all that, nobody said, hey, we know we got Chris Brown here. He be acting wild. Let's look at warrants. I mean, Okay, if it was me and I was traveling overseas, you would look up a warrant. But this is Chris Brown we're talking about. Chris Brown always be in some mess. And Ember said King Charles don't play that mess. Yeah, you can't go wherever you want, thinking you can act however you want, and thinking that your image is gonna be the thing that's gonna save you. They don't care. But for the people who buy tickets to his concert, how do they feel right now? They in the comments crying. If he had a show there planned, then he was set up. His folks didn't protect him right. I do feel like he was set up. Even when, and I didn't even think about this, even when you fly to the country, you got the visa, the passport, he was set up. But maybe his people wanted him to get arrested because he was acting reckless. And then Lady said, if guilty, then jail time, not wrong. They said that they have footage of the incident. And in today's time, everybody has phones. There's cameras everywhere. You know what I'm saying? Like, rich and famous don't save you. Look at y'all Unc. No, yeah. That's why we love Lady on here. Look, time for tea is perfect for Lady. Because we can read all her comments. To give her shade out. We can talk about people. We can sip on our tea. But looking bad, no hair dye, no more to look young, 6 months looking like somebody young. Look, we got Shannon Sharp. He on the way out, in my opinion. Diddy looking like a granddaddy, like she said. That's another thing. When we see these stars go to jail and they gotta take off the wigs, take off the eyelashes, take off the glitz and glam, they don't have hair dye no more. They be looking different. They be looking like regular everyday folks, in my opinion. Oh, you know what? TikTok is so funny. They got these like dancing videos where it's like Chris Brown dancing at one of his concerts, but they'll remove the background and put him inside of prison. And it'll be like Chris Brown practicing his moves in the cafeteria. Yes, he was set up. They knew he had to handle that finally. And then it's like, you know how when the police are trying to serve you with a subpoena, or even if you have a warrant, you know how they like call your phone? They didn't call his phone. They didn't call none of his people. Like, it's crazy. No, what I was saying is crazy that they didn't call none of his people, how they had no idea. Like, what? It's weird.
Officers in the dock. His hair was bleached blonde, and he wore sweatpants and a black T-shirt. He confirmed his name and birth date and said that his address was a local hotel where he was arrested early Thursday and taken into custody. His case was transferred to the Southwark Crown Court, that is over in London, where he's expected to enter a plea to that charge. Brown's representative did not immediately respond to any requests for comment from the Associated Press. And Brown, often called by his nickname of Breezy, burst onto the music scene as a teen back 20 years ago in 2005 and has become a major hit maker. The singer is due to launch an international tour next month with several other artists, opening with a European leg that is on June 8th over in Amsterdam before starting North America shows in July. So again, he has been ordered to be held there in the UK, and that does put his next tour in jeopardy here. We'll, of course, keep you updated as we do get much more information.
So there we have it. Chris Brown has a world tour schedule, excuse me. He has a world tour schedule that's going to start in the Netherlands and go across like pretty much the world, pretty much. But he is in custody in a Manchester jail from an attack that he allegedly committed in 2023. It is also being said that Chris Brown is known is how do I say it, is on the substance. He had issues with substance abuse. And think about how much money he's gonna lose. Sometimes when those people be going on tours, they set up a deal with certain companies to like promote for them. So I wonder if he has like anybody, you know what I'm saying, like anything like that going on. I remember that they were suing Young Thug because they had gave him a loan for a tour or something like that, and they want their money back. That's what's going on with Chris Brown. If there are any new developments in the Chris Brown story, we will talk about it tomorrow. We will be back here tomorrow too at around the same time. I'm gonna get a live stream set up. And we've been up here for 3.5 hours just talking, y'all. It's time for tea. We had our homemade London fog here. We talked about Bossman Dlow exposed and Coworker shot over burnt biscuits at Popeyes. And we got back into the Chris Brown story a little bit more because some of you guys missed it. But I am going to add the full live stream into the chat. So if you want to watch the full live stream where we reacted to the Chris Brown situation and we talked about it, I have played more videos on the subject as well. But yeah, y'all, it's wild out here. So here is the video with the Chris Brown, the full live stream where I talked about it more in detail, played more videos. Chris Brown arrested in Manchester. Starbucks workers strike over new dress code. But shout out to our sponsor of the show, Big Bad Bull. Shout out to all the members and the moderators. Oh, and before I get up out of here, I want to do a special shout out to all of the new members. I'm gonna have to make some members only content to welcome all the new members. Shout out to Big Bad Bull for 25 new members. I'll be posting a welcome post. But shout out to the new members and the gang. There are 3 tiers in my membership program. I would play the video for y'all, but we got to get it out of here. 3 tiers. The first tier is the foodies, the foodie gang. Let me pull that up to make sure I'm getting it absolutely correct. The second tier is the gang. Let me pull that up to make sure I'm getting it right. And the third tier is going to be the certified foodie gang. First tier foodie. I said it wrong. The first tier is foodie. The second is the gang. Second tier is a certified foodie, or the third tier is certified foodie gang. Shout out to Blue and Casey for being a part of the gang. Oh, and you guys, this Sunday we had a really great panel show. I'm gonna share that with you guys too. And it was another wild story that we talked about. Okay. So a year ago, I reported on this story with the super chef, Darnell Ferguson, aka the super chef. He worked on Food Network and he had a number of restaurants that were open at the time. Right? His wife alleged that he had strangled her, made terroristic threats, and did a number of other things to her. Right? He was then arrested and charged with 7 different things. Right? She then went to the police and said that y'all lied on me, y'all twisted my words. He didn't really do it. Okay, in today's time, he pled guilty to 2 charges 4 days ago. The charges that he pled guilty to were menacing and harassment. Get this part. Him and the ex-wife are back together, and she's now the wife again. And she was in the press conference with him. That video we went over yesterday with the Foodiegang food panel, which we do every. Hold on, y'all. Hold on, y'all. I saw. I know. I need some water. Okay. Sundays with the gang, we have the Foodiegang food panel here. We broke down the Super Chef Darnell Ferguson case breakdown. It was a wild, wild story. And this is a video of what happened, like what he did. Oh, okay. You're talking about Chris Brown? This is a full breakdown of the Chris Brown situation. This video is a full breakdown of the Super Chef. So we got a lot going on over here at 907 Good Eats. We are breaking all these stories, talking about all this stuff and all that. But let me get up out of here. Let me hit y'all with the outro video. Shout out to Big Bad Bull coming through, making it rain real quick. Making it rain real quick. With 25 new memberships equaling $75. Oh, and shout out to yesterday, the sponsor of the show was Truth Teller. I also need to send emails to a number of content creators so we can do some collabs before the clock run out. So shout out to Truth Teller for being the sponsor of last night's show. Shout out to Big Bad Bull. And lady, we are so glad that we saw you today. We have been missing you over here at 907 Goodies. Shout out to Blaze, always supporting, always so level-headed. Shout out to Emperor. One thing you cannot say about Emperor is that Emperor don't know what he's talking about. Emperor know what he's talking about. Emperor been through it, done that, and we love when we have Emperor out here because Emperor be having facts that I don't even have. Okay, that's the real investigator right there. And shout out to Big Bad Bull, the sponsor of the show. And you know what? Big Bad Bull and Emperor are YouTube royalty and are highly respected moderators. Highly respected. So I am very privileged to have you guys over here, and they moderate for so many channels on YouTube. Thank y'all for having time to come over here and hang out with your girl real quick. Okay. And thank you to all of the new people that came through. Shout out to El Cheaper. Y'all make sure y'all check out her YouTube channel. And shout out to Will for coming through with the truth. He said Popeyes ghetto AF. Yes, thank y'all so much. I had so much fun. I have so much fun when we do these live streams. I'm finna hit y'all with the outro video. We finna get up out of here. I will see you guys in the next one. Okay. Before I go, let me get my final thoughts. Hold on. Because I've been doing this, I really like doing it. I saw another content creator do this and I like it. Shout out to the Drip Show. I like when he does this. Okay. You remember, did y'all used to watch Jerry Springer? You know how at the end of the show when everybody's down fighting, he give his final thoughts? That's what I'm gonna do too. My time for tea final thoughts would be that be who you are, be yourself, love yourself, so that no one can come out here and expose you because you've already told people who you are. The only time people can expose you is when you have not been honest and you have not been yourself. And I will also say, everything is not that serious. Sometimes we need to walk away, reevaluate the situation, and calm down. And in the case of Popeyes, that gentleman is now facing attempted murder. I bet he wishes he would have walked away and reevaluated and took a deep breath. So you guys stay calm, stay peaceful, eat good food, and have a great day. I will see y'all in the next one. And this is, oh wait, let me play this video before we get up out of here.
Please hold for a very important message.
I should have played that before my final thoughts, but we're still getting this show together. It's still a new segment. And yes, after this live stream ends, come back and leave a comment, whether you are watching on Facebook or YouTube. And if you're not watching, you need to. Also, follow me on TikTok. So leave a comment when live ends, share, subscribe, and support the platform to help grow good and real content. Foodie gang, gang, gang. Become a Foodiegang member, 3 tiers to unlock in the perks. And yes, I always tell people, as this channel grows and we get bigger and better, you know, the food gonna elevate. Everything is gonna elevate, but it takes one day at a time. Here is my TikTok. Make sure y'all follow me on TikTok. Leave a comment down below, whether you're watching on Facebook, YouTube. Tell me what you think about Bossman Dlow. Do you think that Bossman Dlow is wrong? Do you think he did it? Tell us your thoughts on the Bossman Dlow situation. Tell us how you feel about Popeyes biscuits. Do you like them or do you hate them? Let us know how you feel down below in the comment section. And lady said, you forgot again. Okay, I'm gonna do it again. Okay, so when I say foodie gang, 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 I only say 3 gangs, but lady does 4. So here we go. Foodie gang, 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 gang. But I will see you guys on the next one. Have a great day. Stay blessed, stay prayed up, and stay out the way. Foodie gang, gang, gang. 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 This is Chef Big Bang. Thank you so much for watching at 907 Good Eats. Make sure you hit that like button. Don't forget to subscribe, and I'll see